in Roll20, I can see your names down there.
Got him!
You're a liar.
Hold on, how do I change this name?
Oh my god, if you change your name tomorrow.
Wait, change it tomorrow? Like,
Oh!
That's funny.
It still works! Grab Scrunch.
Why is Mara Windtamer speaking to us? I'm here in spirit.
alright, we good?
Yeah.
Just believe in me. I'm so confused.
Does that smell like up dog?
Oh my god, what is up, dog?
Hey!
Hey, what's up? Alright, everybody, get those D20s out and let's roll them out.
Rolling.
What if I can't see?
Try
Well,
opening your eyes. Where's my other
16.
16.
14.
So I got a net 20. Can I choose someone?
You know what? Fuck it. Yeah, you can.
I'm gonna choose Andy.
Can't take me. Can't
Wait,
take
unless
me.
somebody got a 1. Did
Why
somebody
not?
get a 1?
Does somebody get a 1?
No, I got 14.
Okay. Then you
I'm
can
gonna choose Andy.
Who's Andy?
You,
Choose the DM. Choose the
The
DM.
DM. Okay.
Oh, choose an NPC, and he has to do it in their voice.
No.
Flo Sidon.
That's a god.
Done.
But he's taken the writing potion.
Cannon.
Alright, so last week on Sacred Sword, the four of you went to the city of Zale, and you were immersed in his culture. You entered through the gate, and you met a young detective Dragonborn. And
Oh, I'm
he,
so immersed.
yes, his name was Oscar Finn, and he tried to give you a case and tell him to come and meet with him in the Booze Brothers bar to help him solve a murder mystery. You proceeded through the town and began to play your flutes and start a procession of music through the entrance area and got a crowd to come and yes, Frank.
I just want to point out that, remember, I was carrying a body and children were rejoicing as we were doing this.
Yes,
Oh, and they gave him tips.
I was removing that from the story, but yeah, you were doing that.
He got
You also-
tips while carrying bodies.
Yes, you carried the body with
Great
tips.
showman
I
on
had a hooded figure on my hand.
You guys want to tell then? You guys can.
No, we're just helping you
You're
out.
missing details.
DM,
Yeah.
what happened last time on Sacred Sword?
You also put your hand through a human head body and created a illusion of another person next to Tuk Tuk. You met a smaller gnome whose name was Jorbis, who was Maro's friend. You don't know much more about it than that.
Sounds like an asshole.
Males pretend to be a bear and walk all fours through the town.
That was fun.
You went through all three districts. You ended up having to deal with some guards due to the body being carried by Frunk. You were escorted to the Hall of Heroes where you talked with Atrax, the general, and he explained to you guys. He explained to you guys about what you've been doing, and he sent you to meet Typhlo the wizard in his home. When you're in Typhlo's home, he came over and brought you back to a new story about how the Sacred Sword was created. You dealt with that. You were flashback in time to a time where they were creating it, and you saw Typhlo and Stephanie and a dragonborn by the name Rothgard who created all these people created the Sacred Sword with all 7 traditions of magic. And then the sword was too powerful, and all the leaders and jarls of Epidelph, all 7 of them, came together, and they split the sword apart and divided each piece in a different place in different hiding places. Typhlo rewards you for all your efforts with 200 gold pieces. Then you were sent back to City of Zale, and you were there inside of a closet opening up to a store called Spelunking, where a half-elven white female came up to you and introduced herself as Misty.
Hey.
And there we will take off of Take a Sword.
What about the other dude? We met with the wizard.
Who?
We met with the other dude, did we not? The guy underneath the lake?
Yeah, he sent us here where we just met Misty.
Okay.
We're gonna go back to him. Remember?
Yeah, sorry, I guess I missed that part.
He's
If you
making
guys
the
want to
potions
add
so we
any
can
more,
keep
you're more than
putting
welcome
it
to.
in the
Yes.
Alright, I was just
I gotta
verifying.
keep on for free armor.
Mhm.
Oh yeah,
That's right.
I'll go with you to the.
What are you talking about?
The
We
smithery.
have a coupon for free armor.
Yes. But the four of you, the five of you, are sprawled out on the ground while this half-elven female is looking down at you, and she says in a cheery voice, "Hello there. What can I do for you? Welcome to my store, Spelunking. You must have just met with my good friend Typhlo the Wizard."
We did.
Greetings, I am Frunk.
"Hello, Frunk. My name is Misty. I am the owner of this well establishment."
I don't see any wells around.
"Never mind.
Could you help me up, Misty?
Of course." And she pulls her hand down and picks you up.
As she's holding on to me, I guess I kind of like to do an insight check up on her as I'm,
Okay.
getting
Go
real
ahead.
close.
Make an insight check.
Oh yeah.
What's up, Frunk?
Is she happen to be wearing a yellow shirt with two red suspenders?
No.
Okay.
18.
Okay. Well, she is wearing a nice pink dress, and it has bright colors and lots of flowers on it. She has this long white hair that goes down her back, and she has very tan skin with very white teeth. And her shop is covered in flowers and herbs and different elixirs, lots of robes, fine fabrics and leathers, and different kinds of materials. There's a small case to the right side where all these vials are of different color liquids. A large case with glass on it, holding small rings and different accessories that you might need.
You said rings?
Yes. So you got Maro got a
18. I clicked the wrong person's name.
Okay.
I changed it back. I got an 18.
Okay. No problem. So as you look at this lady, Misty,
In her eyes.
you begin to look around at your party, and you begin around to look at all of your surroundings, and everything seems to slow down around you as you begin to notice the intricacies of the whole entire place. You notice Frunk's face changing facial expressions in a small and very particular reason that you haven't seen before. You notice Misty is wearing this dress that has lots of pockets with vials, different accessories on top of it. You also notice different things about your party members that you never noticed before. You notice that Tuk Tuk is looking very dapper today. You notice that as Gary is standing there, his cape is billowing at all times, making him look epic in glory. You begin to look down at yourself and think, I can see myself and see what's happening. You look at your hands, and your hands are glowing a silver. And as you begin to focus on your hands shoot rocks, and different silver stones begin to protrude out of your hands as your hands become stronger and more proficient in different ways of fighting. You can feel the stone endurance and the different types of barriers and different things you're breaking through each hand. You have now gained advantage in all insight checks as you leveled up.
Oh. So I have advantage on all insight.
Yeah, so make another roll on this insight check right now.
Okay. The first one was better. 18.
Okay. You notice the small things that I've seen. She's wearing all of these different accessories. Her dress is very nice. It's this nice fabric. You notice that she's smiling happily, and she seems a little interested in you guys and how you came to talk to Typhlo and why you're here. So she continues her conversation with all of you. Well, what brings you here? What brings you from Typhlo's home? Are
I
all of
believe
you...
Flunks here is here for some armor.
I do not make armor. I make potions of all kinds and robes, and shoes, and rings and accessories for anybody who would like to look better and beautiful.
Do you have anything that could possibly help us in a more aquatic environment?
Ooh, are you looking for something in an aquatic environment? Ooh, I have the perfect thing. And she runs to her little coat hook and she grabs off this cloak, and she brings over this cloak to you and says, "This is the cloak of the manta ray. It allows you to breathe underwater and have a swim speed. You are become very easy to swim in water any kind of way, and you will not suffocate and die." And
many
before
of
you go
them do
anymore,
that?
before you go, I am gonna show you guys something. All right, this should appear on your screens now. Can you guys see this store item list?
Nope.
Chapter
Okay.
8.
I hope she has rings, because I want to check out her rings, bruh.
I need
Show
a
me
hat.
your rings, bruh.
Bruh, show me the rings. I'm going to put them in my balls. Got 'em.
Show them to me.
You guys can see the shopping day list, right?
No.
Nope.
No. You should do it so we can all see it.
I'm trying to do that right now.
Hey, just fucking show us.
Hey, quit joking about it. I just kind of want to see what's in the shop
I do you.
now. Oh, I do. I wonder if she
Does
doesn't
she
have
have
it.
hats? Have a nice day. Got him.
Okay, it should appear,
How
Any
about
day now.
and you should be able to see it. It should be under GM stuff.
Yep.
It's called Shopping Day.
Yep.
In the top is
Shop
Spelunking,
day?
and all those items up there, the store items for Spelunking, are her items that you can buy right now.
Whoa.
And she has these spread out through her entire store. They're very nice and elegant. They sit on these very velvet pillows, and she kind of reaches out to you and says, "Please browse, enjoy yourself. If you need me to clarify an item for you, just come back to me." And she sits on this giant beanbag and begins to read this scroll.
I can't help but ask. Like,
Do not
out
look
of
at Dame of
character.
Flame. Do not ask for Dame of Flame yet. That is the next place I'll be going.
It's only Spelunking.
Yeah.
Okay.
My question is the bead of force and
Do you take
what-
that anally or through your mouth?
yeah, well, like, what is this bead of force? I definitely need more info than I have.
Oh. Are you gonna come up to Misty and ask about this bead?
Hey, Misty, and I'll lock eyes with her again, hopefully
wow.
piercing into her soul. Can you explain your bead of force?
Make a straight charisma throw. Charisma check.
Oh, it's a fucking throw. I'm terrible. All right, charisma. Here goes -1 to charisma. It rolled twice.
Because you have advantage, maybe?
I shouldn't. Yeah, it says normal. I just clicked it. Well, so here's how it works. One of them was a 1, the other was a 20.
Let's take the average. I mean,
I'm cool with the average.
I'll take the 10, half. Perfect down
Okay.
the middle. Okay. She looks at you, and it's actually the bead of force is in the glass case, and she kind of opens this backsliding door and opens it up, and it's a small black sphere. It's about 3/4 of an inch, and weighs an ounce, and there is a kind of like a circlet of beads. So roll d4.
Um, 3.
Okay, so there are 7 beads connected together, kind of like a wristlet or something like that,
Okay.
and they're all kind of built together. And basically, you can use an action to throw the bead 60 feet, and the bead explodes on impact and has destroyed any creature within 10 feet radius. they have to make a dex save, and it's 5d4 damage to them. And a sphere of transparent force then encloses that area for 1 minute. Any creature that failed that saves completely within the area is trapped inside the sphere.
For a minute.
Yep.
And you have to throw these.
There is, yes.
Like a fucking baseball.
Yeah.
But they're very tiny.
Hmm.
Tiny baseball.
So I'm throwing golf balls.
Yeah.
Marbles.
Marbles would be the way to look at it, yes.
I'm throwing marbles that both explode and then implode, kind of.
Yeah, they explode and then the area becomes enclosed, and that creature is kind of trapped in a small marble, basically, that you can pick up. And enclose
Oh, it
creature.
goes back down to size?
Yes.
So you're trying to say is that Pokemon sells, or
It's kind of like a Pokemon.
Misty sells some sort of Pokemon ball?
A question to the party: how much gold does everyone have?
I have
250.
215.
I've got 250.
You all should have 200.
I have 513.
Frank has some pieces.
You have more than I do, Frank.
It's okay.
Somebody should buy the bag of holding, which means it should either be me or Frank.
Frank can get the bag of holding.
Okay.
Hello,
What is
Misty.
the-
I found this tiny bag. What does it do?
It's actually a full backpack.
Ah,
It's and it kind of looks like a camping backpack. And it's got these long straps with like a metal rack on it, and this giant bag. And there's like a bunch of pots and pans and other things added onto it, kind of like accessories. But the bag on the kind of like the flip, it says haversack. It's a very nice leather backpack. It's black, but the trims are brown.
okay. Does it look like a Goliath would be able to wear this?
Yes. It's
Okay.
pretty big. The straps can open up pretty bigly.
Okay.
I'd like to inquire about the sunburst robe.
That's what I was gonna ask.
No,
And that vial. That love juice? Come on.
the sunburst robe. I gotta look fly.
Are you guys coming up to her to ask about this robe?
Hey,
Absolutely.
Misty,
Okay.
what is the sunburst robe?
Okay, the robe is in a closet behind her. It's in this glass container behind her, and it's this very bright orange cloak, and it has a cloak hood, but it's a large robe with this yellow wraparound, and it looks very nice. It's got orange shoulders and pauldrons, kind of. It looks kind of like a lavish robe, kind of like a bathrobe, but it's orange and yellow, and there's different colors of white and silver. Looks very, very nice. And she kind of leans over to the two of you and goes, "I'll tell you the truth. I was sold this item. I don't know exactly what it does, but I can tell you it's quite wonderful. I've seen people use it.
What have you seen?
Have you ever
Oh.
stared at the sun?
Yes.
Only once.
Imagine that emitting from yourself. That's what I remember.
My retinas were scarred for days.
Yeah, I would suggest not doing that.
I almost got to reach it. I was very close to the top of the mountain. I was just almost had it.
I have one more question.
Of course, my friend.
I
What
lean
can I do
in,
for you, Malsk?
I lean in and I inquire about the vial of love.
She kind of pulls you to the side, and she pulls it up and brings it out. And it's this pink liquid, and it's got like bubbles, but the bubbles are hearts when they come out of the tube. And she kind of leans over and goes, "This one gives someone, whoever is drinking this, if they have someone that they are interested in, they instantly become attracted to them for the next hour. You can't stop it. It's inevitable. Might as well let true love strong go."
Oh, it's only for an hour?
Yes, I believe.
I lean in close to her. Thank you.
Ooh, Of course, my friend.
But I have no need for this vile glove.
I do well without it.
No, I don't do well without it, but I don't like it. It only lasts an hour. I kind of want to buy the beads of force so I can collect some Pokemon.
Can we use Moro's gold?
Frunk is looking to purchase the bag of holding. He would like to go in and talk to the milady about getting it.
Okay. Well, I see that all of you are interested in items. I'm very glad to see that you have come to my wares and enjoy them. It took me quite a while to make a bunch of these items. But if you're willing to check out, I can check you out right now. What would you like to buy? I see you want the bag of holding. That will be 200 gold pieces.
I take out from my hidden area where I keep my gold, and I provide to her 200 pieces.
Oh, thank you very much. She turns around, grabs the bag of holding, and brings it over to you. And she actually comes around the counter, and she says, "Lift your arms up." And she straps the bag on for you, tugs it up, takes all the pots and pans, throws them in the top one, and she goes, "All you need to do is put your hand in the bag and think of the item you want, and it will come to you."
Okay.
Thank you. I appreciate your purchase.
I would like to try and put my javelin in there.
Okay. It disappears.
Okay. I go javelin, and I try and grab it and pull it up. Just to
It
test
goes
to see
out.
it works. Okay.
Yeah.
And I just sit there for the next 10 minutes.
Okay. Oh, and you two gentlemen, are you interested in the sun robe? The sunburst robe?
Ask about the boots.
No trouble.
Oh,
I'm interested in the robe. I also would like to inquire about these boots for my feathered friend here.
Oh, are you buying him a present?
I would just like to see what kind of boots these are.
Oh, they're wonderful boots. Have you ever been following someone and you just see their footprints and you know it's that one person? You know, you just really know that's his footprint. Well, these boots allow you to make your footprint look like someone else's whenever you're walking.
Okay.
like anyone else's, like a fucking like.
As long as it's a
bird?
humanoid,
Okay.
humanoid that looks like you.
Frank would like to have his feet look like dragons.
Wouldn't everybody? That'd be ravishing to have dragon feet.
Don't make fun of Frunk, Misty.
I'm not. I agree. Uh, Frunk, I will put that on my list to make some shoes of dragon feet for you. Would you like that?
Frank would like that.
Of course. And she taps you in the chest and kind of walks behind her desk and begins to write it down.
Tuk Tuk, would you like the robe or you want me to take it?
I'm not interested. I'm good.
I slapped down 200 gold pieces. I'll take the robe.
You'll take the robe?
Yeah, I'll take the robe.
Oh, of course. And she goes and opens the glass door and grabs it, and she comes around the desk and she says, "Lift your arms up." And she puts the robe around you and takes her hands and goes around your waist, gets really close, and you
Ooh.
see she smells of very nice lavender and flowers. And she begins to tie the robe off for you and close it up. And she slowly puts the hood over so it just covers the top of your half of your head. And she turns around and goes behind the desk and goes, "You look wonderful."
Word.
I'll
Can I put the
approach.
cape back on over top?
If you would
Yeah.
like, yes.
Yeah, put the cape back on over top.
Can't be looking all stylish as a demon hunter.
Tuk
So-
Tuk, was there anything
so-
that you wanted to get?
She actually leans over to you, Gary, and goes, "Just to let you know, you'll have to attune with this item to be able to use its abilities. So spend an hour with it and just think about it and understand its materials and how it's work and how it flows with you, and then you'll be able to use all of its abilities."
Okay.
Thank you. And you, my two sirs, would you like your bead, and would you like anything else from us?
Did you want anything, Tuk Tuk?
I'm debating on the cloak, but I don't know if we, because we got the potions, right?
Yeah,
They
but
last a full day, right?
yeah.
Frunk would
The
like to
cloak
ask.
is wonderful, and she kind of opens it and shows you, and it's this very black, dark cloak, and it looks really like a manta ray. It's covered, it has a tail, and she kind of leans over. This allows you to breathe underwater. You can also have a swim speed. You don't have to worry about swimming with your acrobatics or anything like that. You automatically just are able to swim very well in the ocean or the water or wherever it is.
How did? Okay, let's put it this way. How does the whole swimming thing work then?
I will tell you,
Oh, it's not good.
when you are underwater, you have to make a acrobatics or athletics checks to swim. But if you have a swim speed, you don't have to make that kind of check.
Okay.
So if you
because
fail,
it's-
you just don't go where you want to go.
You do, but it's just not the most efficient. You might have half movement.
Right.
So they're
See,
athletic.
I have proficiency in acrobatics and a +6.
Yeah, but if you like, I don't know. Let's say you roll like a 10, right? You get a 16, but the challenge rating to get in a certain area is kind of hard. I don't know. Like it can go both ways.
I know, but I'm thinking, wouldn't it be more efficient for someone like
Hi, I'm Frunk.
Frank or Gary?
Yeah,
I think
like
Gary's
most,
already
right?
got his one cloak.
Frunk has a question for Missy while they're debating this.
Okay.
Frunk says, we got here by helping Mr. Typhlo by completing task. Is there an item or ability that we would be able to get from you if you need anything to be done? Can we help you in any way?
Oh,
Do
you're
you
willing
need
to help
with
me?
anything? We're trying to get a good rapport. We're known as the Fourth Reichsman, and we'd like to try to get our rapport up in the city to know how we're a great company to be with.
Well, that's lovely of you. Thank you for thinking of me.
For right?
Let me think about
Man.
that for a second. Do you know what kind of herbs there are in the world at all? Anything?
There's
I'd like to make-
grass.
Well, there's much more than
Trees.
grass, hun.
Yeah, there's
But
dark
I-
grass, there's orange grass, there's blue grass,
Trees.
and trees. There's taller grass.
I'm
Devil
actually
spiders.
looking for
Small tree, big tree.
I'm
Keto
looking for
stones.
a certain root. If you are able to find me some roots, I'm looking for some roots to make some new potions.
Sure.
I'm actually looking to make a potion of resist magic,
Okay.
so that when magic hits you, you are able to deflect it. But I need certain ingredients to do this.
Sarsaparilla. Got it.
Understood.
That's
If you had
mosquito.
a picture or something that or a possible location, Frunk would be able to look around in that area and find it.
I'd like to make a deal.
I will tell you the two roots. It's called a Nina root and an asp flower. ASPT flower.
Okay.
And these two herbs or flowers or roots, they grow in the forest north of here across the lake near Salem.
Excellent. I greatly appreciate that.
I will tell you one thing though. Be wary. These roots grow in an area where there's high arcane nature. And you might have to encounter some foes of magical type.
I don't know too much about this arcane stuff, but I'm sure Gary can help us out. He's okay with
Okay,
that.
perfect. Well, thank you so much.
No
Just
problem.
for that, I will award you this free health potion, and you
Oh,
guys get a free
thank you.
potion.
All of us do?
All right.
One hope. It's just the frunk.
Okay. I'd like to make you a deal, Misty.
Yes.
As I'm
Talk to
about to
me.
spend a lot of money with you, is there any kind of discount you can give me if I were to purchase more than one of your items?
Possibly.
I mean, technically, we have already bought 4 or 5
Right.
items from you.
That's
But
Frunk
kinda-
you
tries
guys
to count
bought
on his
all
fingers.
individually. If you had bought together, it would have given you a group sale, but you bought individually.
So I ask
Yes,
if I
I
buy
would-
multiple. Uh-huh.
Are you trying to buy more than one item? I see that you have your eyes in the beads of force. How about I make you a deal? I will give you the bead of force and Vial of Love for $350. 350 gold each in total.
Instead of the Vial of Love, I think this Cloak of the Manta Ray.
Ooh, you have your eyes in that instead.
Or actually, does this Potion of Growth really make me bigger?
It does, really does.
Everywhere?
Yes, everywhere.
How much bigger?
I can't
4.
tell you the true size, but it only lasts for a minute.
Oh.
It's the enlarge spell, if you've heard of that before. It makes you quite large.
And I'm spent.
Like, like as big as a building large? Or just like double my size large?
Double your size large.
I only needed this potion to last 30 seconds.
Yeah, so the Bead of Force and the Cloak of the Manta Ray, I would be happy with 375 gold.
Make a persuasion check.
No. Oh, why persuasion? Yuck. 17.
She says, "You know what? You strike me as a good person. All I ask is that you take these two things for 375 gold pieces,
Uh-huh.
but I also need you to do one more thing for me."
I'll lean in real close, like uncomfortably close.
Okay. And she whispers in your ear so no one can hear you. And she takes the Vial of Love and slides it in your hand. So you have the Vial of Love. You don't pay for it, but she gives it to you.
Whoa.
Nice.
No one else sees this. Make a perception check, everybody.
Wait, me too?
No.
Yeah.
He
11.
doesn't notice it's in there. Frank.
Right, Vial of Love. I've got
15.
Cloak
Okay.
of Manta.
I got 3.
Okay. Frank, you just notice she comes very close to him, and she kind of wraps her arm around Melshka's whole body, and you see her whisper something into his ear. And that's about all you see.
Hot.
Okay. Frank is continuing in his moment to keep playing with the javelin trick. As he's
Okay,
amused, he doesn't fully notice it.
Mark that off for yourself. Melshka 375 for those three
Yep.
things.
513 minus 375. I'm at 138 gold.
Now, would you like anything? Please let me indulge you in something here. All of your friends have bought something. I want you to enjoy the riches of my store. Are you looking for something particular? I can make for you, and you can come back later and pick it up.
Not in particularly. Not right now.
Are you sure? I can make yourself look lavish thing, or give yourself a cool robe for yourself, or maybe some new pants, or some backpack, anything. Please.
Well, like, I'm a bird. I don't necessarily need to wear pants.
Of course, of course. You've just suffered a Typhlo, and Typhlo is dear to me. I would love to help all of you out.
Maybe another time.
You know what? Think of something, write it down, and send it my way, and I will start up for that.
All right. We'll see if we can work something out.
Sounds great. If you need anything else, please come back. Yes.
I'm not too familiar around this town. I have a coupon for free armor. Where is this place?
Where are you looking for?
I look on the coupon to try and see if it says anywhere.
It does. It says on the top.
Okay. Dame of Flame.
Oh, the Dame of Flame. It's we are in the Prisk Market right now. All you have to do is go out of this door, go right, follow to the outer area where you come to the wall, take a left, follow that down, and it'll be a nice large blacksmith place.
Frank immediately leaves.
Okay. Did you guys mark off all the gold for yourselves?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're down to what, one something?
138.
Okay, and Frank, what are you down to now?
Uh,
Because that was 200 gold pieces for you.
415.
Okay, and Gary, that was 200 for you.
I'm at 57, 13, 50.
Perfect. All right. What would you guys like to do?
I can't forget the silver I got from playing the flute.
Yeah.
I've got some silver.
All right.
Let's
Perfect.
go to the Dame of Flame.
Also, could you give us directions to the Booze Bros?
The Booze Bros is in the outer area, the outer layer, and they have a hidden kind of bar. But if you are walking in the outer ring, you'll find it. It's the very rowdy bar, and there's a lot going on there. Lots of people will be talking about it. It's a 2-story place. It has this giant. There's 2 fists punching each other as the symbol. You will see them. It's kind of the symbol for go to the bar to go late at night with your if you are adventurers.
Do I know this place?
Yes, you do.
How
You
far
know-
is it from the Lost Tail Feather?
It's in the same area. It's maybe a block or 2 block down from that area.
Okay,
You're talking about the Lost Tail Feather Inn, right?
correct.
All right.
I'd like to ask her what kind of area of town that is. And
It's a
her,
resi-
yeah,
it's
go
a
ahead.
residential area, but there are some shadier areas. If you walk down the wrong alleyway, you can end up somewhere you don't want to be. The Eternal Flame Guards are pretty good about keeping order on the main roads, so as long as you stay in those, you'll be A-okay.
Sounds like a great place to hunt some demons.
Well, have a wonderful day. And she looks at you, Maelstrom, and she winks and says, enjoy it.
Sounds good. Bye, nice lady.
Bye.
Later.
I'll be the last one out.
Okay. Frunk's already gone.
Until next time.
Frunk is-
lady.
Chop, 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 chop.
And like I creep behind Maelstrom, and in the same voice as Misty go, "You look wonderful."
Make a persuasion check. And you make a deception check. Maelstrom, make a deception.
Why am I making a deception?
No, make a insight check.
Investigation or insight.
Oh,
Insight.
insight. It's
Yeah.
cool because I'm proficient with insight.
15.
No, your advantage. You have advantage with it.
Did you just
And,
say
well,
50?
I'm also
15.
proficient.
Okay.
15. Oh, you might be proficient as well. So.
I'm both proficient and 22, or actually no, it's the first 2, so 19.
Oh, would you get Tuck Tuck?
15.
So you hear this, but you're looking at Misty at the same time, and her mouth doesn't move at the same time. And you turn around, and you see Tuck Tuck standing right behind you, smiling wide.
Bird smile?
Squawk.
I lean a little closer just so that the bear's mask drops this time, and those eyes are the ones that stare at you.
Cool. So the 5 of you leave, and as you're leaving, everybody give me a perception check.
Just flawless perception.
You're in a big city. Gotta see what's going on.
18.
16. Well, 15.
11.
Anybody give above 18?
I got 18.
I still gotta roll.
Okay.
I'm trying. He said perception.
19.
Oh, why do I keep rolling with advantage? 19.
So no, you got a 19 last time, so this would be a 14.
No.
I got a 19.
It's rolling his thing twice. By
Right,
accident.
the first one is correct. 19 is right. The 14 is the additional one, which it shouldn't have done. I'm trying to figure out why it's rolling with advantage.
Do you
says
have
normal.
advantage turned on?
I know it says normal.
Hang on one second. Let me see if
Let
mine.
me go
Is
into my
anybody,
settings.
is anybody else rolling with advantage?
He's the only one rolling in chat.
Yeah.
Mine's turned off for the whole entire system. I don't know why. Is it still doing? That's really weird.
Hold on, let me click it one more time. I'm gonna click like a random skill check, and you tell me
That's
if
fine.
it pops up with 2. I'm gonna do everybody's favorite
There you go.
That's scary.
survival.
That worked.
There we
That
go.
one worked.
Hey, it only did
Okay.
it once this time.
It might just be perception. You might have to toggle that.
Do you have
Okay.
an ability that's giving you advantage on perception?
I have advantage on insight.
So all of you guys walk out to the Prisk Market, and it's very lavish and exciting. There's lots of stuff going on. It's starting to get darker, but not quite yet. It's probably 4:30. Frunk, you notice Morrow scatter away, and he is quite far away at this time.
I wait for
Nowhere
him.
to be seen. He doesn't wave back,
Okay.
but he takes off down this alleyway away
He's
from you
good.
guys. So you continue your way out to the Prisk Market. There's people selling wares. There's lots of things going on. People moving items. Lots of carts moving around. Above the sky, you can see these giant hippogriffs or griffins, basically flying above. You see the mountains in the background. You get to the wall and you take your left, and there are shops, lots and lots of shops. There are a few of them that have these thread needles that basically are like leather workers. There are some other places of magic, like little bottle vials. And further down this road is this large white building, and that was the Oaklore Academy that you noticed. But you're walking and you come to this open room, and it has these blacksmith hammers and anvils, and you can feel the heat as you walk up to this blacksmith store.
Okay.
And you notice there is a female elf who's standing there, and she's working at this moment.
Okay.
And she is an older lady. You can see some of the wrinkles on her face. She has purple hair that's tied back in a ponytail, and she has this blacksmith apron on, and brown pants, very common, with this white tank top, not a lot of clothes. You can tell it's hot in here. She has these large black gloves on that are protecting her hands from the heat, and at this moment, she's kind of sticking a weapon into the fire and smelting it. You can feel and hear this loud noise. You also can smell that burning smell that you smell when you hear like or near fires or campfires.
Okay. I take off as I'm kind of coming in, I slow myself down. I take the helmet off of Terrifying that I had on.
Your dread helm.
Yeah, I'll take the dread helm off and I'll put it in the
Okay.
in the backpack. And then I'll take it out and then take it back in just to make sure it works still.
It still works.
Yep. And then I go, "Excuse me, old lady."
And she turns around. She's, "Oh, good top of the morning to you. What brings you here?"
I want to take 1 second to kind of look back and see if my party's with me.
I am not.
They're slowly. Well, they. Are you not, Gary?
I'm gonna be sitting outside, cuddling my robe and attuning with it.
Okay, you spend an hour with it. Okay, but everybody else is there.
I wave. as
I'm
soon
just
as he
like
turns
just
back
outside
at
the
me.
door.
Hey, Frank.
Okay.
Evening,
I
folks.
wave back.
Evening,
Hello.
yeah.
And then I look back to her. I go, we've cornered Atrax, and he gave me this coupon.
Cornered? What do you mean cornered?
We were in the
Corner of
corner
that
of his
tunnel,
desk.
man.
We were in the corner of his office, and he gave me this coupon.
Oh. Let me see it. Hand it over.
I hand it over to her.
And she scrolls up, reads it, throws it in the fire. Oh, perfect. Looks like you're getting some weapons tomorrow today, aren't you?
Weapons
Yes.
of a bar.
Weapons and armor for you.
Oh yes. What
Yes,
what,
of course.
what can we get from your wonderful selection? You seem
I
like
will
quite
tell
the
you this.
artist.
Since you have this wonderful note from Atrax, the Eternal Flame Guards, they make me do all this fun work. I'll give you a discount. You get to choose one item from my shop today, and that's it for free. Everything else will cost full price. I don't do discounts, so don't even ask. But today you can get one weapon or armor for free on the Eternal Flame Guard.
Okay.
If you want to look at your
Fucking expensive one.
if you want to look at your sheet again and see what you would like,
So just Funk,
no, all of you.
all of us. Okay.
What's the deal with the two that don't have price points next to them?
Oh, you're asking about those? The lavish
Yeah.
loafers and the scorpion claws?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't give a fuck about them. I just found them.
Uh,
What are the lavish loafers?
I don't know what to fucking do.
yeah.
Do you want?
We
I just
got a
found
fucking
them.
bag of holding. Why wouldn't we?
I found them out in the wild. They were my searching and my ore and my mining, and I picked them up. They look pretty neat.
What kind of
The
ores
lavish
do you
loafers
find?
The lavish loafers are these, like, they look like Sperry's. They're literally just tanned leather and kind of a very Lothar-esque. They're very, very nice. And they're high ankle. They go up to your ankle. And you pick them up and you kind of look at them. And when you take your hand and put them on the bottom, you kind of lift your hand up, and then you notice the loafer is like sticking to your hand. And then when you pulled it up, the loafer is literally just stuck to your hand completely upside down. And you shake it, it doesn't fall off or anything. And then when you pull it off slowly, it comes off, and you have this kind of loafer that kind of sticks to your hand of some sort.
So you're Spider-Man.
And what about you? What would you like? I could see you're the weapon type or the armor type.
Yes, I've got some armor that was fabricated by my friend Melshk over here.
What kind of armor is that?
It is a layered chainmail.
Ooh,
He's
yeah,
done
chainmail.
He's done some great craftsmanship on it. I was wondering if you could find a way to reinforce it. If you have any materials that I could go out and get.
Chainmail is 16, right? It should be a 16.
It's 18.
It's 18. Chainmail
It
plus
should
1.
be a 16.
No, because I had reinforced it. Remember, it
Yeah.
was broke. Then I got it. Then I reinforced it.
I think that was just because he had a Dex +2. If you have chainmail, it adds that on.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
it was chainmail plus 1 at 18 AC.
It should just be a 16. I think it was just a 16.
I'm
I
just
had
going with what
18
was written down.
next to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was because it was on the Hobgoblin, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he had a strength bonus to it. So when he was wearing it, or Dex bonus, because when you wear armor, you get your Dex bonus on top of it. So it should just be a 16. Whatever your Dex is, you add that on top of it.
Also, I just fixed it. I didn't reinforce it.
No, it was just, it had a patch in its near its collar, so you just fixed it. It was not reinforcing it. It should just be a 16 plus your Dex. That's how armor works.
Okay.
Okay.
What's
What
your
is-
Dex at?
0.
Oh, well, looks
That's what I
like
was
you're
saying.
in the
That changes a lot
market
of
for
stuff.
some new armor. Does anything catch your eye?
I was wondering if we could just find. I'd like to keep this piece of armor because it's got all my insignias and stuff on it. Is there any way you could like bump this, or if I can get it to, or I can get some materials from you and Melsh could help me increase it because it has all my Ordo Malice symbols on it.
How about your friend over there? You said does your own emblems. How about I give you some of this armor and you're able to carve it here, or I could carve it for you.
Yeah, I would like to try and keep my sigils on it.
I can do the sigils for you
Okay.
easily.
Excellent.
But if you would like to take one of these armors, I can take the armor that you requested and make the sigil for them. And then when you would like, and I'm finished, you can take the full armor with your new sigils. I would not want you to lose those.
Of course. I see that you have some sort of armor of gleaming and a layered stone armor. I don't know what the differences are in those.
Oh. And she kind of grabs the layered stone armor, and it's this kind of stacked armor, and it literally looks like rocks on top of rocks, and they're kind of stacked on top of each other, and they come all the way down to your wrist, and they come down to your wrist, and they stop at your hips, and then there is a pair of leggings that go up to you, like maybe your half of your shins, and it's literally just kind of like a very fine rock granite stacked on top of each other, kind of like slat armor.
Okay.
Nice stones.
Nice stone armor, yes.
Yes. Okay. And the armor of gleaming.
and she pulls this armor out, and it's this very silver and bright armor. It almost looks like it like reflects light, even though it's not near light at all. This is just an armor that is consistently clean and never gets dirty.
Excellent. Frank would like to try and get his insignias and emblems on that.
On the armor of gleaming?
Yes.
Oh, wonderful. I will do this for you, and your symbols are?
The Ordo Malus symbol.
Do you have a picture of that? Is it just the bull? Is that what it is, right?
It's on his armor
Yeah,
right now.
I can just show her the cleft guard or the.
I know, but what
pauldrons.
is it? Just to clarify to me, is it like a bull head, or what is the actual
it's
symbol?
It's like a plus sign and then a plus sign over enunciated.
Oh, okay, I remember. Yeah, yeah. So she takes that and she kind of writes a little note to the side and takes it. Says, "Yes, I'll do that for you after I finish off with the rest of your party members.
Okay, excellent.
If you would like anything else, you are more than welcome to, but you'll have to be buying it. No discounts.
Okay.
And the rest of your party members, what would you like? Come check out the store.
What is this red ripple?
Red Ripple. Ooh, I see that caught
Yeah,
your
Ripple.
eye.
Yeah, Ripper.
And it's
Ripper.
it's kind of like there's a weapon rack and all these weapons are stacked in it, and she goes and grabs it and she twirls it around with expertise, and she has skill with it. It's this large staff, but on top are 3 tridents. It's a trident.
It has 3 tridents, so it has 9 heads.
Well, no,
Yeah, it's pretty badass.
it's 3 spikes. Not bad.
It's
I'm
a
sorry.
really badass fork.
But it's not silver. It's like this red
Ripple.
ore. Looks like, yeah, and it looks like the shine kind of like makes it ripple up. And she takes it and she looks at you and goes, "Want to see something cool?"
Sure.
And she kind of walks back to the back of the armor shop, opens the door, and there's kind of a bale of hay, and she takes it and throws it, and it flies over, smashes in the hay, and she turns around, looks at you, and goes, "See, isn't that wonderful?"
Very. You look wonderful.
And she
In
snaps,
Missy's
she
voice.
snaps her hands, and the trident gets out of the hay and teleports, and it kind of like flies back into her hands, and she catches it.
Hmm.
As the red ripple comes back to her hands,
ripple.
and she hands it to you and
Red
says,
Ripper.
"Are you interested?"
The Red Ripper.
It's considered a trident.
You said that everyone gets something part of the coupon, correct? And then
Yes.
after that, buy.
Yes, yes. That's that. Full price. I don't do any cheap prices. No discounts.
No discount.
No discounts. Eh?
Well, I'm interested in the scorpion claws and this red ripple.
Well, which one would you like for free? And which one would you like to pay full price for?
How much is the scorpion claws? There is no price.
Yes, because that's just up for fun. You can have those. I'm just kidding. No, I have to charge for you. She goes over and grabs the. They basically look like.
Claws.
No.
Wolverine claws.
What do they call it?
Oh, scorpion claws.
Brass
No, they look
knuckles.
like brass knuckles, but they wrap around the top half and they come up, and there's 3 like scorpion tails on top on each hand.
Like a
and
glaive.
Yeah.
No, whatchamacallit?
Like the 3 scorpion.
Yeah, no, yeah, I
uh,
understand.
The hook.
tails.
Chink.
Yeah, like the hook, and they wrap around, and they have the hook, and then on here are like metal or like looks like gray kind of spikes. It's a
Oh.
full glove.
All right, well, I'll pay. Or what's the price on the scorpion claws?
I would
350.
say 100 gold pieces,
I'll
or 1 for 50 gold pieces.
as part of the coupon, I'll take the scorpion claws, and then I'll
Okay,
buy the
perfect.
red ripple from you. And
Okay. So that's 175 gold pieces for you, sir. Just kidding. 75.
You almost had me.
Let's do some math here.
Just say 5 gold pieces, and the scorpion claws are yours.
Let's do it.
Perfect.
Wait,
75 gold from you.
just the claws? I thought you wanted both.
I want both.
He asked for free, so here you go. And she comes and hands them to you. She goes, be careful with those though. Don't touch them if like stab yourself with the claws.
Okay, seems good.
If anything,
Ah,
seek out a wizard and they can usually identify items.
Okay, seems good.
Awesome. I'm glad you're able to take this off my hand. Not to worry about it. Enjoy.
Red
And for
ripple.
yes, Frump, you want something else?
I would like to kind of pull Melshk aside, and I go, there's this ebony plate-looking thing. If we could get that for free, we could resell it to them and make money.
Before they even do that, I would like to run in after I've been cuddling my coat.
what?
It hasn't been an hour yet.
Ah,
It's been like
okay.
10, 15 minutes. But you're
Okay.
able to come in and talk if you would like. You can go back to it.
I
I'll say
was
you have
gonna
like 15
say.
minutes. So.
I've been thinking about this ebony plate.
Oh, the ebony plate.
How have you
Wonderful.
been thinking about it? You were outside. You just learned of it.
I'm sitting right in front of the menu.
Outside?
Yeah, she's got it outside so people know what they're getting before they come in.
Uh-huh.
Weapon and armor's on a menu now. Okay.
Got it.
I take the gloves and I'm chasing Gary.
Okay.
So
well,
Frank had told me to get the ebony plate was your suggestion, right?
Well, just that you seem low on money and you could sell it in another
Yeah.
place for some money.
Doesn't seem bad.
well, the ebony plate is a medium armor. It's very useful. The only thing is, it's a little loud.
Like, as in, like, gaudy? Like, it's loud. Damn, that's some loud-ass armor.
No, when you walk, it gives you disadvantage on all stealth checks. So does the armor that you bought, Pat. Or sorry, Frunk.
That sounds like a drink.
Yes. So the armor that you have does give you disadvantage on stealth checks.
Okay.
The armor and claiming.
Yeah.
Does the armor and claiming medium as well?
I believe that would be considered armor gleaming. No, that is heavy armor. You can use heavy armor, right?
No.
So,
No, Frunk, you can use heavy armor, right?
Yeah, I can use all armor. I'm
Okay.
Frank.
I can
Yeah.
use armor, too, because dwarf.
But for you, the ebony. One second. The ebony plate. Yes, it is this very black, dark plate mail. Has like kind of like the shoulder pad looking, and it has like shoulders, like circular plates that cover it, and it has this very nice black cut to it, and the trim is this gold, kind of like the Eternal Flame Guard, but there's no symbol of the Eternal Flame on it, and it goes down to your waist and covers all the way to your feet too. It's like a full plate armor. And it comes with a helmet as well.
And it comes with a helmet as well.
Yeah, it's a full set of plate armor.
Okay.
Are there
Um,
multiples?
What?
Are there multiples?
This is the only one I have at this time. This is heavy armor.
Ebony is?
Yes.
You said it was medium.
I'm sorry. I read wrong. It is heavy armor with both
Alright.
those.
The,
Question
the little
for
tag on the
DM.
armor says heavy instead of medium.
Out of the ebony plate and the like silver javelin and like elemental shield and all that stuff, are all of those things that I can melt down?
Not most of them.
Like the ebony plate. Would you,
You
be able to?
You could melt it down, but it would take a very, very long time.
So if I wanted to like get some crazy bead action going on,
It would take you a week to do that. Maybe not a week, maybe 3 days, 3 full days of being in a smelter. 'Cause it's a full set of armor. It
wouldn't-
looks like a full set like that.
Oh wow,
Like a full set of armor.
it's a big thing of armor.
Yeah.
It's super fucking heavy too.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll use the coupon, I guess, and get the free armor.
What would you like?
The ebony plate armor.
Oh, are you gonna wear that too?
I immediately deposit it in the bag of holding.
You haven't gotten it yet.
What are you talking about?
She hasn't given it to you yet.
The bag of holding we just got from Misty, right?
The plate armor. She hasn't given it to you yet. She's just asking.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I'm saying. I would like to get the ebony plate armor.
Yes. Are you gonna be using the armor?
Not quite yet. I'm gonna probably be swimming first.
Oh. Well, if you don't use it, just bring it back to me, okay?
Sure.
Make an insight check.
I was supposed to click it twice that time. So 14.
Okay. You get the feeling that she is kind of attached to this armor. And she has some pride in it. You can see it has engravings of herself written on it.
Wow.
Like her initials. She says, if you want this armor, you can have it, of course, but this is a very fine set of armor that's taken me a while to build and create. You know how it is when you build something you're proud of, you don't want someone to destroy it.
Right, and I never mentioned to her I would melt it down.
She doesn't, but she is interested in why you're going to use it because you're a smaller dwarf creature.
Okay.
And she has heard you speak of melting, not melting, but your blacksmith work, and she's interested of what would you be using it for.
I have to make some modifications before I'd be able to use it.
Oh, of
the way
course,
I
I
like.
completely understand that. If you would like it, you're more than welcome to. You have the coupon. I have just put a lot of work into it, and I would like you to take care of it.
How
That's
much
all
for
I'm
the
asking.
shoes?
The shoes?
Mhm.
That would be another 100 gold pieces that your friend spent same amount.
Anybody else want the shoes?
Yeah, I was gonna get the shoes.
Oh, you're gonna get the loafers?
Yeah, I can't use any of the. I remarked that I can't carry any of the armor.
You could use the mail
I already have 14.
plus your dexterity.
0. I'm a charismatic, tall, skinny, giant green bean,
There's also the layered stone.
which is also heavy, right?
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, I can't wear them.
You get a shield?
You
I'm
get the
thinking
shield.
about buying the shield, but I was gonna pick up the loafers with my free item.
There's
Good.
also all the weapons you could buy.
Yeah, I don't need weapons. I can make them out of thin air.
You could also just have one. I mean, it's good to have multiple weapons.
I wanted to melt down the silver javelin, kinda.
Your call. You get one free item. You guys can choose. You two got the last one.
I turned to Milch and go, "What do you think you're getting?"
Oh, I already got it. I got the free ebony plate. I was basically saying if you don't get these shoes, I will.
Oh yeah, I turned her. I'll use my coupon on the shoes.
Perfect. And she hands you the shoes, hands you the ebony plate, and you have those 2 items now.
I also pull out 50 gold and say, I also would like to buy the elemental shield.
Oh, perfect. Buy it. Full price, 50 gold pieces. She takes them out of your hand, and she grabs the shield,
Yep.
and it's this completely silver shield. It's a circular shield. And
Oh, it's an actual shield.
yeah.
Oh.
And What do you think? Why would it not be a shield?
It says elemental shield. I thought it might be some kind of spell or
Oh no,
ward.
it's a full shield, circular shield, and she comes over and hands it to you and says, "This is a great fine piece of art. See this, and in the middle are about 6 or 8 different colors." And she touches one of the colors, and the shield glows that color. And basically, any
Alright.
element you can take and choose to help you with that element.
Okay. Alright, yeah.
You still gonna buy it?
Yeah, I'll hand over the 50 gold.
There you go. You have
I'm
an
at
elemental
7
shield.
gold pieces. I'm one broke boy.
It's a +1 to your AC, and on the beginning of the day at dawn, you choose an element, and you have resistance to that element for the day.
Water.
Wow.
Water.
And
Into the water.
she hands you the loafers and says, "Be careful of these. They're quite sticky."
Can.
Anything else for you?
Frunk pulls out his two-handed sword and the helm of horror or whatever, the
Dreadhelm? Yeah.
Dreadhelm, and I ask if I can take the helmet and smelt it to reinforce this two-handed sword. If I can pay you for a service to reinforce my greatsword.
That's a great sword.
I may need more metal than just this helmet to reinforce the whole sword. It will just make it heavier for you. I don't do magical attunements for weapons, really. I am more of a creator blacksmith, not an enchanter.
Okay, so what if you can just remove the magic from it and reinforce the sword?
I can't remove magic. I am clearly a blacksmith of just creating armor.
Okay, I take off my gauntlets. Will these work?
What would you like to do with those gauntlets?
Smelt them down and then use them to make the sword stronger?
The sword will only be heavier. I cannot
Ah.
attune or enhance the armor or the shield or the weapons.
Okay. Thank you for your time today.
I am not able to make it a magical weapon.
Hey, Frank.
Do you know of a haberdashery around here?
A haberdashery?
Yeah.
Any certain kind of haberdashery you're looking for?
One that has unique and talented hats.
There might be one on the outer district, the outer circle.
Oh, over near Booze Bros?
Oh, yes, the Booze Bros. Yes, there is a few over there. A few small little carts that you can maybe buy a hat at. There's also
Awesome.
a fun place that maybe you gentlemen are interested in called Lust.
Alright, boys, we hitting the town.
Well, come back, please. Enjoy your day.
Thanks, kind lady.
Of course. I'm the blacksmith here by the name of Jenna.
Jenna.
And I turn as my cape billows behind me, beneath my brilliant orange coat.
All right.
I'm gonna.
Was
go
that an hour, by the way?
Huh?
Was that an hour?
You'd have to focus on it. It would not be
So how
You have
much
to.
have I focused?
about
15
15 minutes.
Alright.
I'm
What
gonna
would you
go
guys like to
to
do?
Frank
Your
and put
focus
all this
needs more
stuff
focus.
in the bag of holding. Black box, brass knuckles, skull, loot, windmill skirt, ebony armor, and my bear rug. I'm just gonna start dumping into that bag of holding. Sorry, but you're gonna have to keep track of it now. Oh,
yeah,
and the
just keep
loot.
track and I'll update it at the end of the session.
Okay.
Cool.
Too bad we can't
Yep.
put the horses and shit in there.
We could if we tried. They might have to
Yeah,
put them
but
in
they
pieces.
fucking die because then they can't breathe.
Yeah, well, if we put them in their pieces, we don't have to worry about that.
Oh, that's true.
Okay. You guys are out in the Prisk market now, and you're stuffing stuff into the haversack. And at this time, Tuk Tuk, a brown cloaked figure runs up to you, and the cloak has these kind of golden wings that start from the top and kind of layer down the cloak, and it's not on them. It's kind of like drawn, like it looks like it has wings. And a furry hand with claws kind of hands out and hands you this envelope, and she goes, "From the Volo Guild," and she runs off as you take it.
I take the envelope and open it up. I
Okay.
scratch that. I walk to the nearest alleyway and then do that.
Okay.
Do any of
you-
us see this?
Make a perception check, Gary, and you two make perception checks with disadvantage because you're trying to shove stuff in through the back of holding. Are you trying to make this stealthily or no?
Me?
Oh.
Oh.
I mean, somewhat. Like, I'm not too worried about it, but
Okay, no problem.
Perception with disadvantage.
12.
14.
4.
That's with disadvantage, Pat?
do you want me to roll?
Yeah, make a stealth check. Why not?
Okay. 22.
You don't see it at all. Tuk Tuk vanishes. You go in the alley, Tuk Tuk, and you look at this letter, and on the back of it is the seal of Volo's Guild, and you open it up, and written there is, I will send it to you.
All right.
It's sent through Discord.
Okay. I need to move this one. Thank you. Okay.
Lisa.
It looks like okay. So you get that envelope,
Okay.
and you see at the bottom who it's signed by. And
Yep.
as you see this signature, you kind of look up and think back of being at your temple and how you began to train with the monks of the Temple of Yorvil. And you have these visions of yourself as a young Kenku in the woods, and you were fighting off bugbears on a daily basis, surviving, trying to stay alive, and you have this feeling of constant dread and fear. And you remember when you were younger, you were always ready for a battle. You kept your eyes open and you were always looking around. You were keeping a constant perception of everything you saw, and you were making sure that no one ever caught the guard on you and got the jump on you. And you remember back to this gray cloak with this pole arm and how he haunts you sometimes while you sleep, and the words he used to say to you before he stole your tome from your temple. And as you have this vision, it comes clearer, and you kind of look up, and you're back in the alley. You now have advantage on all initiative rolls.
Advantage on all initiatives.
Yep.
Okay.
I take that's a level up as well.
You also are kind of standing there looking up, and you kind of look over and see your party, and they're just being putting stuff in a bag and kind of yelling at each other, and you kind of smile, but then you see this gray cloaked figure in the middle of this whole entire city, and the city freezes, and everybody stops, and the gray cloaked figure kind of walks forward towards you, and he just says, "Weak," and disappears as the whole entire city continues to go,
Oh
And
no!
and you're just standing there still.
I'm just like standing there in shock, like
Yeah,
eyes
yeah.
glazing over. And,
Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty much. and
do you-
you have this vision as this happens, and there you go. So advantage on initiative rolls for yourself.
Yep.
Cool. So that was your level 3 level up. So you three are in the
3 or
middle of
4?
this. 3. There's only 3 of
3.
you.
Mara ran off.
No, level 3 or level 4?
You're level 3.
Okay.
You're not level 4 yet.
Well, okay.
That's later on.
It's later on, dude.
I just want to make sure we're right, because that'd be technically our next level. So.
Yeah, I was trying to,
Okay.
because level 3 is such a big move. It's where you choose your old tradition usually. So I tried to make it exciting for everybody to have their own way that they get some kind of bonus, and
Okay.
everybody
Just
got
want to make sure
little
everyone is on the
bonuses.
same page.
No, I think everybody got bonuses, right? You got your whip,
Yep.
you got your resistance to necrotic, you got insight, and you got initiatives, right?
Yep.
Cool. All right. I was just making sure I didn't miss anything.
Okay.
You're free to do whatever you want now.
I would like to see if I can find Tuk Tuk, because I have no idea where he is.
What are you doing, Tuk Tuk?
I'm kind of hiding in the alleyway. I'm looking around now that I'm like, you know, not as stunned from what I
Yeah.
saw a few seconds ago.
Yep.
And I try and figure out a route, the quickest route to the Lost Tail Feather
Okay.
from my current location.
Okay. You'd have to go right down the middle. You're in the Prisk Market, so you're kind of in the second layer, and you need to go all the way back to the outer layer and take a right, and it's on your right-hand side, right past Booze Brothers.
Okay. Can I take roofs to get there faster? If I like climb up the side of a building and start jumping roof to roof, assassin's style.
No problem. Make a acrobatics check, and all 3 of you make a perception check.
20. Unnatural.
Okay.
15.
Okay.
17.
16.
Okay. And you rolled a 22 for your stealth, right?
Correct.
Okay. So you guys are looking, and you don't see Tuk Tuk anywhere at this moment. He is completely gone, and you don't know where he went. Tuk Tuk, you turn around and run to the end of the alley and begin to kind of parkour back and forth between these 2 buildings and get to the top. And there are kind of like banners and streamers and different kind of hanging things that you can use, and small gaps between the buildings as you begin to head toward the Lost Feather Inn. What would you 3 like to be doing?
Guys, let's head for the Booze Bros. I want to stop and buy a hat along the way.
Why do you need to buy a hat?
Well, because I've got this fancy coat on and a fancy cape, and I bought some fancy shoes and need a fancy hat.
Just wondering, can't you change your appearance so you look like you're wearing anything?
I can't. What if I don't need to?
I'm saying you don't.
But I need the weight of a hat on my head to make sure that people know that Heavy's the head that wears the crown.
So you want to buy a crown? If you
Or
save
top
up
hat.
some money, I'll make a crown for you.
Maybe a top hat, though. You know, when I'm trying to intimidate some people, I want to look eccentric doing so.
Like Abraham Lincoln.
I was
Gary.
thinking more like Willy Wonka.
Who are these strange
Gary-
people that you're talking about?
They're fictional characters from this book I wrote a couple years back.
Frog
That you
needs to read
wrote?
more books.
Yeah, I wrote the book. It's an autobiography.
I would be interested in finding that fellow we ran into on our way in. The one trying to solve the murder.
Right, at the Booze Bros.
Did he have a good hat?
Yeah, let's talk to him.
Yeah, we need hats so we can go on his adventure.
Okay. I'd like to do like a perception check of the market to see if there's a guy that's selling hats or if the Oscar Mayer guy is still here.
And I'll wear the cloak of the manta ray.
Okay. Cool. That doesn't require. Okay. Make a perception check. And you can do your thing.
Natural 20.
You didn't roll. You just had it ready, didn't you?
No, I
Is that
just
cheating?
rolled. I rolled.
And what exactly are you looking for? Because you're gonna see it.
I told you, I'm looking for the detective, and I'm looking for a hat place.
Okay, the detective appears right in front of you.
Okay. Look, does he have a hat on?
I'm just kidding. No. You notice the crowd is kind of dancing down. It's becoming darker out. And you don't know of a hat place, but you know that the Booze Brothers place is out of the outer ring. And
Okay,
you can
could I
decide-
see a man with a cool hat walking by?
Yeah, you do.
Okay, I'd like to go up to him and ask to buy his hat.
Okay. It's a small gnome, and he looks over at you, and he goes, "Oh, hello!
I would like your hat.
No, you cannot have my hat.
Why not? My friend needs a fancy hat. I will pay you for it.
This is my fancy hat. Go check it out at the fancy hat store.
Where's the fancy hat store?
It's on the outer ring. Of course, that's the Booze Brothers.
Can I pick him up with a hat, or does the hat come off?
You trying to pick him up?
No, I'm trying to pick up the hat.
Okay, make a sleight of hand check. Nope, make a dexterity check. Nope, a dexterity check.
12.
That is sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand.
What'd you get?
Dex is 12.
He ducks below your hand and sits back up. This is my hat, and he begins to run away.
Oh no! You don't run from my friends.
I turn around and yell to Gary, "This man has a cool hat. If you had some sort of hand that could get to it before I could, that'd be great."
Like a mage hand?
Tuck, you go ahead, do yours.
16.
Okay.
Alright, well, I'm going to continue towards Booze Bros.
Go ahead. You guys begin to head that way, and you kind of find different things happening around you, like the city is beginning to close down, but there are lights glowing, and it's becoming kind of a nicer area than leaving it.
I'm a manta ray.
That was really messing with me. It's like, what are you doing?
Gary suddenly remembers that he has no gold whatsoever and can therefore not buy a hat.
That's why I was trying to get you one for free.
I sent you some information from your wisdom roll.
Yep.
Tuck.
I saw it.
Okay. So the three of you are heading there, and what I've been trying to say is it looks like people are setting up some kind of festival. Like there are fall colors right now going out through the city.
Bad news.
You headed to the outer ring, and at this time, I'm going to go to Tuk Tuk. Tuk Tuk, you're on top of the buildings, and you're making your way there. Give me an acrobatics check and an athletics check right now.
Acrobatics and a what? I'm sorry? Athletics?
And athletics, yeah.
Okay, so I'll do my
Acrobatics.
acrobatics. So 9 to acrobatics
Okay.
and 18 to athletics.
Okay. You're moving briskly across these rooftops, and you jump, and your feet kind of slip, and you begin to fall, and you fall off. But as you're falling, you reach your hand up and grab the edge of the roof and kind of pull yourself back up and begin.
Oh god!
You come to the ring where the city is divided to the outer ring area, and you notice that there are no more rooftops near you that you can jump to get to the outer ring. You have to climb down this time to get to the next layer or next section of the city.
Okay.
And you can easily do that.
Okay, do I see the rest of the party anywhere?
Make a perception check.
Ouch. That one.
Yeah, you don't see anything. You see your feet. And they look pretty gross. They're pretty dirty.
It's all
Ew.
Bruised, man. Covered in dirt and homeless children.
Whoa!
All
So
those
you
dead bodies.
climb down this alleyway and you come out, and you're at the different gate that you came in, but you come through it and you go down the street, and you are coming to the bypass where it cuts from the outside wall of the whole entire city, and you come to the intersection. It's kind of like a T intersection. And you take a left, and you're heading down this long row of bars and residential homes and inns on your left and right. And you're coming up to the Feather Inn. What's it called again? The
Lost tail
Lost-
feather.
Lost Tail Feather. And it has just a feather on the outside, and it is a 2-story wooden little tavern. And before we go in, I'm going to see what these jamokes are going to do real quick. So
Alright.
you guys are heading to the Booze Brothers, and you come to the same kind of bypass of a T intersection. To the left, you can go. There's more markets, and to the right, there's more markets. But in front of you is the gate that you walked into.
What was the name of the top hat friend we had? Skid McMarks?
Hmm?
Karl Marx? What was the name of the top hat guy?
I don't know. What was his name?
It's like Skid McMarks.
You have
Karl
his
Marx.
card. Don't you have his?
Yeah.
Don't you have his card?
Yeah, I'll pull out the card. And read
It
the
says
code.
Oscar Finn, greatest
Oscar
detective,
Finn.
greatest detective in Sale, and on the back it says Booze Bros.
Okay,
Skid Marks,
Oscar
the
Finn.
detective.
Yes.
That water blast must have hit me harder than I realized. Put it back in. Oscar!
All right. So you guys head right, and you see all of these kind of commotion as people are heading to bars. That it's becoming nighttime. People are going into these different bars. There's just pictures of mead or glasses, but you see a black building, and it has this symbol of 2 fists punching each other. And there are like people as you walk up. A person's being thrown out of the bar. There's also like people sitting there outside smoking their pipes. Very loud noises happening from this area. Go ahead, Frank.
As we're kind of walking down the corridor, I'd like to try and just tap someone on the shoulder and be like, what's all the commotion about?
And this is a male human, and he looks up and he goes, "It's the end of the day, folk. We're gonna have a good night. Enjoy some mead.
But it looks
It's
like
really crazy here."
there's some sort of festival going on. What is this?
Yes, the fall festival is starting this weekend.
Okay.
You getting back up?
Can we win prizes?
You can win all kinds of prizes. There's talent shows, there's magic shows, there's all kinds of fun stuff that happen here. We're basically we're just celebrating that the weather was great for us this summer, and we were able to have good crops.
Thank you.
Yeah, have a good time. Enjoy the festival.
I look to see if he has a cool hat on.
He doesn't have a cool hat on. Wait, let's check if he has a cool hat on.
You just have a normal hat.
He's got a cool
We
glasses
should
on.
try to buy Oscar's hat.
Okay. At this time, Tuck Tuck, you are walking up to the Feather Inn, the Lost Feather Inn, and
Tail feather.
Tail Feather. Sorry,
A lost tail feather.
the Lost Tail Feather.
The Lonely Stump.
It's a brilliant name.
The Lost Tail Feather, and you come up to the doors, and it's this wooden door with a slot, and you knock on the door, and it opens, and it says password.
I ruffle up my feathers and pull out the blue medallion.
He sees it and opens the door, and you open up to this very nice inn. It's got kind of like an inside bar, but it's clean. There's some circular tables. People on the left-hand side are all these kind of crannies and nooks of messenger boxes that look like post boxes. To the right is this, you can see like an open kind of like window, like a bar window, like a food window. And there's all these packages to the right-hand side. And if you look up, there are a kind of like a square room of kind of like walkways, and there's little rooms up there. What would you like to do?
Do I recognize anyone in the tavern or in the inn?
Make a perception check. See if you notice anybody.
14. 14.
It's a house of mirrors.
But does he notice himself? Find out next time.
Okay.
Look inside.
That's a monk thing.
You look around and you don't notice someone, but you do notice an old acquaintance of yours, someone who you used to when you got here and you started working as a messenger. It was somebody who kind of took you under their wing and and, and kind of taught you some cool ways.
What did they do? Take them under the...
Caw!
Yes. It's this male dwarf, and he goes by the name of Haffy.
Haffy?
And he has this leather armor on, and he's got the same cloak on that everybody else is wearing. It's brown with feathers. He also has a scar that kind of goes up into his head, where he's got these large red braids on this very large red beard, and he's kind of drinking some mead.
All right, I go sit at his table.
All right. Do you have your cloak up or anything?
No, I mean like I don't wear a cloak.
Okay. I don't know if you had
I
like
don't
anything up. Okay. Okay. Cool. He's sitting there and he kind of is like in deep thought, and he kind of looks over and goes, "Ah, Talk. Hello there. What brings you back?"
I was walking through the city a little bit ago, and I received a letter.
Oh, did you? Bolos Guild delivers on time, always.
That I know. Do you know anything about this?
Do you show me-
I slide him the letter.
Okay. He looks at it and kind of slides it back, and he kind of gives you like a long look, and he kind of leans into you and goes, "Do you remember him? Do you remember his face? His gray cloak."
I remember his great cloak, but I don't remember his face. I never saw his face.
Ah, I know this has haunted you. He's in Salem, it seems like. Have you figured out this coding?
Where did you say? I'm sorry.
Salem. Have you read the coding? Have you figured out the decryption?
At least part of it. That he was seen.
Yes, that is about all it says. He was seen in Salem. I guess he is back in the world trying to find more things. Oh, and he looks at the rest of the letter, and it says, I can read to you what it says. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to. I'm just going to send it to you. You guys don't have to hear this.
We click the skip text part in this.
Alright, so that's what it says, fully.
Okay.
He says it's back to you. It says, yeah, he's back. He's looking for more, I think. I think he's found one already, maybe two. He's looking for more.
Where's Salem in comparison to where we are right now?
It's northwest of here.
He said he's
About-
already got one.
It's probably a week's journey. It's opposite of Shoria.
Okay.
You're gonna want to go up through the woods, or go left, follow the Churn Road all the way across the country, and you're gonna go up, and it's to the north of there. Follow the Churn Road all the way across, and it's up from there. I'm glad to see you. I'm glad you're alive and well. Are you planning to come back to work?
I was hoping to get some work while I was here. I'm running a little low on funds currently, and if I need to get to Salem, I might need some more.
Of course. Actually, you know what we could do? Let me go talk to the manager and see if he's got a runs to Salem. It could make a 2-for-1 trip for you.
Sounds perfect.
All right. He heads off. and he heads to behind the kind of open window where there are people going on and talking, and he kind of leaves for a little bit.
I'm just sitting there lost in thought.
Yeah, that's fine. Let's go to you three real quick. You guys walk up to this. Are you walking up to this bar now?
Yeah,
Booze Bros, yeah.
I think we've made it to the bar by this point.
Okay. So you go up to this bar, and there is lots of loud noise going on. You walk inside. Place is
Oscar!
packed. Place is packed. There are people screaming. There's lots of loud noises going on. There's a small ring in the back. It looks like people are actually having a organized fight going on. There's these two orcs just beating the crap at each other in a corner. There's people at the bar. It's completely full of people. They have long hoods up, and everybody is adorning some kind of weaponry. You can see they're completely ready if anything happens. You also notice. Give me a perception check. See if you guys are looking for. You're looking for Oscar Finn, right? Go ahead.
Well, also, if I see all this fighting going on, can I tell if like one side is absolutely being taken advantage of, like is terribly losing?
Make a perception check, all of you.
All right, 19 for Frank.
Okay.
17. That 10 minus 1. Getting me every time. So many perception checks.
Only 9.
Okay. You can't tell at this distance. There's kind of a group surrounded around it, and you can just kind of see fists and body parts kind of flying. You could tell that there's a fight going. The two of you notice kind of toward the back are these stairs that go down and stairs that go up, like one like this, one like that. And you can see on the wall, actually, there's like a little small sign that says Oscar Finn, Detective, and it's got an arrow pointing up.
Are there prices up on the board for drinks and stuff?
Nope.
Am I gonna have to?
Can
You
I?
guys should check out Oscar Finn, and I will calm down these rabble rousers.
Do we see
Seems
anyone
good.
with what appears to be a very cool weapon on them, like a unique axe or a sword?
I mean, they all look like fairly common weapons.
Okay.
There are a
do you not-
few that maybe look a little cleaner and a little nicer, more traditional than others. Like they haven't been used, like they're kind of like a family weapon, but they haven't been used. It's just kind of like using to show.
Right.
There's a few people in the corner to your left, and they all have these very dark cloaks on, and they have weapons, but you can't really see them. You can just kind of see the bulginess behind the cloak, if you know what I mean. Like they're hiding them.
They're bold.
Does from the people in like the organized fight, does it look like is it unarmed, armed?
It's unarmed.
Okay.
It's like fisticuffs.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I'm
Where could I try and figure out where to go to participate in this?
Looks like you just walk up.
yeah.
Frank would like to
I'm-
go and walk up.
Okay. What
Well-
would you do, Gary?
While those two are doing that, I'm going around to every hat, lifting it. Oscar, put the hat back on. Oscar, put the hat back on.
He's down the stairs or up the stairs.
Because I noticed
as you're
that
pulling hats off, you actually find Oscar. He is seated at one of the tables talking to these two ladies, two very fine ladies, and one has this very blonde hair, and then the other one has this brown hair, and they're very adorning to this Oscar. And you kind of pick up the hat, and he looks up at you and goes, "Hello."
I found you.
Please say he's bald under.
Challenge me to what?
Do what?
Did you say challenge?
No, I found you.
Oh, you're looking for me? Look, you're a detective. You did it without me.
I'm such a good detective.
What can I do for you? Your name was Gary, I believe?
Yeah. You said you needed help with the job.
I'm actually working right now. Take a seat. Take a seat.
Hello, ladies.
And,
I flush my cape and sit down.
They kind of lean in closer and look at you. They're kind of engrossed with you at this moment.
They're
Yeah,
grossed
right.
out by us?
Yeah. Okay. So before we go any further with you three, Healthy comes back. Tuk Tuk,
Mm-hmm.
and he looks at you, and he slides a small square package to you.
Oh, gross. Bulges,
And
packages? Come on,
It's
dude.
got this like rope wiring kind of written around it, and when you pick it up, it's quite heavy, has a lot of mass to it. And he says, "Yeah, so I talked to the manager. That's going to be going to the Jarl of Salem. It needs to be there within a week or two." Um, and he brings out a bag and hands you some bags and says, "These are travel funds, and you get 50 gold for travel funds."
Okay.
Ask him about his package.
For Jarl of Salem.
Apparently, it's pretty heavy.
A lot of mass to it.
And he kind of puts his hand on your shoulder, and he goes, "I'm glad to see you, Tuk Tuk. I'm glad to see that you're well. Have you spoken to anybody from the temple?"
Not in many years.
"Well, if I were you, I might reach out to them. They probably would like to hear from you again."
Oh.
I understand that, but I need to complete the mission I was sent out for.
Of course, of course. Be careful on your journey. I actually do have some whisperings of this gray cloaked. I have kind of piqued my interest about him, and I know he has. I can tell you one thing. And he kind of looks around, and he kind of grabs you and says, "Follow me." And he walks you to this back room. It's kind of like a small storage room, and he walks you in there, and he kind of leans in and goes, "This gray cloak. I've heard rumors about. I've asked about him. He's been to the 9 hells. He's been with demons. I just want to let you know he's consorted with them and maybe has some kind of pact with a demon."
How do you know this?
I am a messenger, and I have my ways. I have lots of dealings with Salem. If you are there,
Well, I am a messenger too, and I have not heard of these whisperings.
I'm still in the business right now, and you have been out for a while, and we have had some new information come through.
True. Have these mostly been through Salem, or have you heard of him being elsewhere?
Only through Salem. And he opens the door and says, "But thank you for coming. I'm so glad to see you. If you need anything else, if you need room, you're more than welcome to stay here for free. We always have room for previous employers. If you're willing to get back into full time, we can do that as well."
Thank
Whatever
you. I
you want.
appreciate your help.
Of course, my good friend. Please be safe on your journey.
I will, and you stay safe. Hopefully, we shall meet again soon.
Okay, perfect. And he takes his hand and shakes your hand.
I squawk at him.
Perfect.
Does Tuk Tuk have hands?
I have wings with like feathered hands.
Okay.
So like I can still grip things, but they're just covered in feathers.
Okay. So I didn't know if like claws and stuff you had to like maneuver your fingers or your feathers in a fluffy way to get into them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
A little bit of screeching there. Okay.
Hey,
All
Frank,
right, so let's go on to the three of you in the bar.
I put my hand on Frank's chest. Get a load of this.
Hang on.
I already
Man,
got one on
we
my back.
lost him.
Okay.
Oh, well, hey, DM, where'd you go?
I was having some sparkles on my microphone headset. It was not being good. What would you guys like to be doing? I'll
Apparently,
come right to you, Gary. Okay, you two are walking over to the fighting ring.
yes.
Okay, a larger Goliath actually walks up to you, and he says, "Would you like to join?"
This is a unique event. What is the purpose here?
Don't you like to brawl?
I do, but as long
That's
as
it.
it's in a fair
There you
area.
go. You like. There you go. That's all we do. We like to enjoy a good fight. And then at this moment, you see one of the orcs just knock the other one out. And you hear, "Oh, oh," and falls down to the ground. He says, he leans over to both of you. "Looks like we have an opening. Would you guys be interested?"
Yes.
What do I get from this, or is it
What
just
are
for
the
the fight?
rules?
The rules are simple. Only fist, and you go to one falls.
Only fists?
Only fist. No weapons allowed.
I show my hand. Perfect.
Looks like you have some good use of your hands there, sir.
I'll step in. I'm ready.
Are you both ready?
Yeah.
Are you joining him?
Is it a 1v1 thing, or is it just?
It's a match. Are you
Oh, I
interested
think
or
we're
not?
on a team.
Well,
or
I'd like
against
to.
each other.
Are you interested?
Is it last man standing?
It depends. We'll have to see how many people we get.
Okay,
If it's down to the two of us, we'll split the winnings.
sure.
Are there winnings?
Oh,
Yeah,
Friday.
There's
that's
always winning. A 50 gold piece winner from whoever wins.
okay.
plus the body parts of the slain.
All right,
Oh,
enter
so
the ring.
I raise my hand as I get into the ring. So we can't kill them.
No, this is a weapons only. Not a weapons. No weapons battle.
What about like my rings and stuff? Those don't count, right?
No, only your fist. Bare knuckle.
Okay,
Yeah. my
so no
fucking
killing.
thing.
But what if I
Right.
accidentally kill them?
We have healers here.
Okay.
Perfect. Kill the healer, Sprunk. I got this.
Excellent.
And you see, kind of behind, and this little chair is this little gnome, and his head is in this giant glass, and he kind of hears cleric healer, and he goes, "Oh, I'm here."
I wave to him. Greetings, I am Frunk.
Ooh, you're very tall. And he continues to drink this giant mug of ale.
And you're very small.
All right. We lost Frunk.
Fight!
Huzzah!
Okay.
Frank wants his dice.
Okay. I'm gonna go to Gary before this starts. Frunk, you get in the ring, and Maelskin, you are standing in the ring at this moment, and they kind of announce out, "This is the match. We are starting here, and we are going to begin soon. Place your bets. Place your bets."
Oh, can
All
we
right,
bet?
Gary. Gary, you sit at this table, and you sit down, and these two girls are both male, not male, both human. My brain is
Oscar, you dog.
no.
Oh my.
I get it. So they're a little
Oscar
above.
Finn. Oscar Finn is sitting there
Karl
in his
Marx.
coat, and and he's like, "All right, Gary, let me get you up to speed here. These two girls are actually have been seeing. They work at a rather undetermined place that people want to visit. Maybe us males would like to visit. Have you heard this? The brothel by the name of Lust."
It sounds vaguely familiar.
Yes, Lust is a brothel that these two women look at, and as he says that, you realize these women are very elegant, very nice figures, and they have have a kind of baggier clothes on, so they're kind of hiding some of their feminine features. But he says yes, they have had some of their associates have been stolen from them. It seems like how'd you say it? And Meredith, one of the girls, Meredith, kind of leans over and goes, "Yes, this giant of a man. He's he's got like sewing all over him. It's terror. It's like leather skin, and he's got this giant club foot, and he just like comes in and grabs some of the associates, and he runs up this giant hill. We just don't see him. We don't know where he goes. But like once a week, 3 of our people are stolen. And the worst part, and then the other girl says, "Yes, the worst part is he brings them back, but they're not human. They're not even alive. They're not even the same pieces."
Hold on.
Oh, I got it. But I guess I don't hear any of it, so never mind.
Gary is outraged.
What?
Gary is outraged.
Okay.
Therefore, how dare he steal those
You had to
beautiful
roll for
body
that?
parts from this world?
Gary retard screech.
Oscar leans over and he goes, "See, this is a problem. People are dying, and I've seen the bodies. They're not the same. It looks like someone has sewed different pieces together."
Ah,
Frankenfurter.
I have
that
to go.
sounds pretty bad.
Yes, I have to go. I told the Eternal Flame Guards, and they just don't listen to me. I have to see what the problem is here. I have to go find this issue, this club-footed leather man.
Is Oscar saying this or the prostitute?
The Oscar.
The
Okay.
Oscar.
The
The
Oscar.
Oscar. Yes.
The Oscar.
I put my hand on his shoulder and go, hold on. Let me give you a demonstration of my party's strength. And I point towards the stage.
Okay. You mean to the pit in the back where they're fighting?
Yeah.
Okay. And Oscar kind of looks over and goes, "Hey, I remember them. Are they about to fight?
Yeah, they're gonna do their show.
Oh, let's go watch."
Bet
And he,
on it.
and he says, "Come, ladies, please join us. I will buy you drinks, and we'll be able to watch this good fight of characters. See if you can trust these people to help you." And I
I
go, "Oh, yes,
I-
please, Oscar."
I lean over to Oscar and ask him for 15 gold.
Why do you need 15 gold?
I'm gonna place a bet.
I don't have any money. I'm broke.
This is my job.
Well,
I kind of have a problem. How do you think I got the job to Lust? I spent all my money there.
I lean over to one of the girls and go, you wouldn't happen to have any spare change, would you?
They kind of act shocked. Are you asking for a dance right here?
You're
Mm.
damn right.
No, I just want the money.
I just,
What do
I
you need
want
the
to
money
see if
for?
I can make some quick money on my friends here.
Make a persuasion check.
Could I make a deception check instead?
If you can tell me how you're going to deceive them, go ahead.
I'm gonna ask for like all their money and put it all on Frank.
Okay.
Oh no.
Okay, you're able to go over there and
Get ready for some key points,
fif-
boys.
they give you 15 gold pieces. So
They give me 15.
between the two
Damn,
of
they
them.
were
I don't have to roll the deception.
Huh?
Do I still have to roll deception?
I rolled a natural 1. Don't worry about it.
I was gonna say I have proficiency with deception.
Well,
If
make
you
sure
would
you
like-
don't roll a 1 first.
Yeah, go ahead.
Alright, so they give me 15 and I put it on Trunk and Milch.
Oh, for both of us, that's a good idea.
I had 1 gold piece of my own, so I have 8 on each.
Okay.
So you what? How much for Frunk?
8.
8 gold pieces on each fighter.
Okay. Okay. At this time, yes.
So, as we're entering the arena, I would like to use a bag of holding to get my helmet out, the
Okay.
dread helm, put my dread
Oh,
helm on,
yeah.
and then
Perfect.
I would like to also take the skull and the head that we have of the cultist moon guard that was put into the bag.
You don't have
Uh-huh.
it anymore.
I
We
thought-
handed it over as evidence.
Oh, yeah.
Atrax has it.
Oh, I thought we put it in the bag.
No, he took the whole body and the head.
Well, I have a skull in the bag.
You do. That was the skull I got.
Okay,
So you got his.
I'd like to take the skull and then put it on the corner post that we're walking into.
Okay. Cool.
It's a boxing ring?
I
It's
don't
like
know.
it's like an octagon. It's an octagon.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
And there's a
Um,
skull on top.
Tuk Tuk, what are you gonna be doing since you're in a different room?
Different
area.
building.
Different building.
Different area of the map.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave the Lost Tail Feather.
Okay.
You know, with the all the knowledge and the package that I also have, and kind of just walk down the road, and kind of do a perception check, see if I hear any like commotion or anything
Okay.
like
Go ahead.
crazy going on. Nat 20.
You hear Frunk and Maelsk yelling from inside the Booze Brothers, and they're screaming in their war cries that you remember from their battles.
Primordial yelp.
Yes.
Well, I obviously walk into what is it? The Booze Brothers bar.
The Booze Brothers, yep. And you walk in, and you see everybody kind of crowding around as you're about to see a giant Goliath fight this iron-fisted dwarf. The word is slowly spreading throughout the whole entire bar. Oh, did you hear about this? Did you hear about this? Oh, but it's about to fight. It's about to fight. And the Goliath who started this comes over and he says, "The battle is about to begin. We have this corner." What's your name? And he leans over to you, Frunk.
Greetings, I am Frunk.
And this is Frunk. In the corner here, we have this large Ordo Malus Goliath. And he leans over to you. What's your name? Maelsk.
I am Male Sky and Fist.
And in this corner, we have Maelsk Iron Fist. And the fight today between these two, who can win? It'll be a bare knuckle fight. First one to hit the ground dies or loses. Sorry, no dying today. Only if you hit the ground unconscious. And ready. Any more bets before we start?
I run over to the bar.
Okay.
I go, I know these two. I would like to place 5 gold on.
Ooh,
hold on,
we
let
got
me-
bets
let me-
going on, Melsh.
Yeah.
Wait, I thought they were fighting other people. I'd like to
Looks-
remake my bet.
Looks like they're fighting. Your bet's already in. You can't change it.
Alright.
All right, odds mail.
I thought we were
Check
fighting
out
other
the
people
money.
too, but Frunk's always up for a challenge. This kind of settled our scores
Alright.
so far.
Remember when I put my hand on the chest and I was like, watch this?
Hang on.
I placed 5 on Frunk at the bar, and I also order a stout to drink.
Why would you want to drink a Riesling?
A dwarf comes up, hands you the stout. It's this very black ale, and he says, "Thanks for betting. Enjoy the fight."
Thank you, kind sir.
And so we go to the ring, and the two of you kind of are standing next to each other, and then you slowly kind of go against each other, and the Goliath steps in the middle and says, "Yes, this battle, I'm sorry to be deceiving you, but you two are going to be fighting for our entertainment. I wish the best of luck to you." Alright, that's where we're ending for tonight, guys.
Wait, we're not gonna fight? Oh, we
It's
should
alright,
totally
it's
do
alright,
the one-on-one
it's
fight.
alright.
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
It's up to you.
I'm for it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm down
let's
to fight.
fight. We have to finish this right.
We got 1, 2. You still
Yeah.
guys good? You guys good for this?
Yeah,
Alright.
let them go at it.
Alright, you two roll initiative. Let's get this fight going.
10.
Tuck Tuck and I will be the
17.
announcers.
17.
I call being Joe Rogan.
Okay.
Oh snap! I'll be Jamie.
Alright.
So
So,
just
the
to
fight
be
starts
clear,
Yes.
I have with my
Oh.
AC. I want to make sure I'm cool with this. It was 18, right? Because that's what I
Yes.
was retconning. I was good for, and then
Yeah,
I
I'm
went
sorry.
back.
I thought you were using. I didn't know what your AC was. I thought it was always 16.
No, it's been
That was
18.
the-
So
Okay. Sorry.
I
It-
haven't
it
got the
should
new
be.
armor yet, right? So is it still 18, or do you want me to drop it down to 16? Or do
would
I
say
have
for
the new
now,
armor?
since I would say you have the new armor.
Okay, so I'll put
You
it to
finished up,
17.
so-
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I'm sorry about that. That's my bad. I thought
Nope,
you.
I just want to make sure we're all on the
Okay.
same page.
Okay. And unarmored combat is 1d4 plus strength.
Okay.
Right, monks?
Or I can do dex because I'm a monk.
Yes. I just want to let you guys know. All right. So, you each are gonna get one attack or whatever your abilities are, and we're gonna start with Maelstrom. What would you like to do first?
I assume since we're in a small thing, there won't really be moving back and forth. It's a slug match, right?
It's yeah. It's like an octagon. It's a little bigger, but not super big.
Okay. I will approach. Like I wouldn't get advantage or anything for getting behind him or anything is what
Nope.
I'm getting at. Like it's a slug
Nope.
match.
It's
Right.
literally a slug match.
So I walk up to him and I immediately attempt to attack and use a key point and do flurry of blows.
All right, roll the attack.
The first one is a nat 20.
Okay.
So that hits. I know your AC. So then I also get 2 more unarmed strikes.
Yeah, roll those two.
But I get max. How do we do critical attack damage?
It's only on your first roll, the first roll you got, and it's gonna be your dice doubled. So whatever you
Okay.
roll for your dice is doubled. Then you add your modifiers.
So I rolled
Another nat 20.
another nat 20 for the next one,
What the hell?
and then I'll do my last attack
Yeah,
real quick.
just do all three. Let's just do all of them at once.
A 7. A
And then
Google
a
to
7.
finish it
So the
off.
last
Okay,
one's
so-
not going to hit, but I am
Yeah.
going to also impose because I have open hand technique.
Yes.
So whenever a creature is hit with one or more of the attacks granted by flurry of blows, I impose the following effect: you must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or be knocked prone.
All right, so make a dexterity saving throw, and you roll your damage.
Which is going to be a d4 plus 3 2 times.
9.
4 times.
/ roll 3 times.
No, just twice.
Yeah, but they were both critical, so 4
You're gonna
times.
double the dice. You're gonna double the dice, not actually
Gotcha.
how many dice. Just double that dice number.
Gotcha. / roll 2d4, so 4 plus 6 is 11. Plus my both modifiers, which would be 3 and 3, so 7. Total of 18 damage.
Jesus.
Okay.
Okay.
I got a 9 on my
Uh,
dex roll for my save.
So that's not going to make it. And you are knocked prone.
Okay. As a Goliath, I cannot be pushed, pulled, or
Knocked prone.
carried, and I'm considered +1 size.
Yep, that's why I didn't do the other that I could do was
Okay.
push you. Didn't feel like I could push you.
Yeah, you can't
and-
push up, but you can knock you prone.
Okay.
Yep. So you were prone. I'm going to.
Oh my god, did you see that, Jamie? He just punched him twice in the face! Holy shit!
I'll take a couple steps back, preparing myself.
All right.
So I hit the floor. Am I out?
No,
Oh.
you're good.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna stone endurance that.
Okay, you gotta call that reaction as soon as it happens.
Yeah, I
Or
was just
one of
making
them.
sure the whole tally goes through first.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a D12. Hold on.
You can only start endurance one of the attacks, not both of them.
Okay. So, whatever his first one was.
The
Yeah.
first one did 4 plus 3, so 7. So the one you did take was 6 plus 3, so you took 9.
Okay.
So how much was your stone endurance for?
10 plus 4, so 14.
So you don't take the first hit at all, but the second one you do take.
Reduce damage by a total as a reaction once per short rest. Okay.
Is it per attack? I don't know exactly. I haven't seen.
Reduce
so-
damage by a total as a reaction.
Okay, I would just say it's one then. Okay.
Well,
I've used 1 key point.
Okay, Frunk, it's your turn.
So I'm taking what, 9?
9. 9!
9.
Okay. I guess I take my movement to get up.
Yep, half your movement.
Okay.
He stands back to his feet.
I'd like to pick him up and throw him out of the arena.
Okay. Make a strength check.
Oh shoot. I wonder if I can use a key point to like disengage or something.
17 plus 4.
God, Jamie,
21.
look at the size of that thing.
And males can make a acrobatics or make an athletics check. No, make a strength check. You just did an athletics check, right?
You said strength.
I mean, that's what I meant. Athletics. Sorry, athletics check to see if you can pick him up.
Is it athletics? Okay, so that's
Yeah.
plus 6 then. So 17 plus 6.
So you pick
23.
me. It sounds like you're picking me up.
Okay, make an athletics check.
Milk.
Me?
Males. Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys can test them.
You pick 'em up.
I got a 4 plus 1, so 5.
So, Frank picks you up.
Uh-huh.
Is that considered an improvised weapon?
I don't know. What would you like us to be doing?
I would like to throw him out of the arena.
Okay. I'm gonna say to pick him up was your action.
Okay.
So you have to wait for the next turn to use your second action to throw him.
Okay.
So
You could use the
Nails.
secondary option to
Your
drop him, though. Just drop him on the knee.
So
So I do have a bonus action available then, right?
yes.
yes.
Okay. So oh, that's one action. Hold on. What is it?
Oh my god, Jamie.
Wait, hold on. That
Above the
doesn't seem like
Above
you're just
the
using
head.
your hands anymore. You're using magic, bro.
It's just, it said fists. You're using key points. All right, then
That's-
I'd
that's
like
not
to.
a weapon.
I'm also gonna put Shield of Faith on me as well, so I get a +2 AC.
Okay, that's fine.
So we can cast spells?
Huh?
So we
It's a
can
bonus
cast
action.
spells? No, I mean, like, I can straight up use, like, shield and my branding smite on my ring and stuff when I'm punching?
I don't know. Are you using the spell in the open right now?
Well, he just did. He just did shield.
Are you doing what spell are you using?
He's just wanting to know in general, are we allowed to use spells?
Well, it depends. Make a sleight of hand check, Frank, to
Sleight of
cast this
hand.
spell.
9 and then Dex, so 9.
As soon as you go to cast this magic, the cleric points his finger and goes, "Not today!" and casts counter spell, and it obliterates the spell.
He's dropping
and
them
he
loose.
continues to drink. Yeah, so no
Okay.
magic.
Okay.
Anything else you'd like to do?
No, I'm just gonna hold on to him.
All right, that's cool. You have him grappled at this moment, so.
Oh shit, Jamie! Did you see that?
All right, Mel's
That
you're up.
Goliath just picked him up. He's about to throw him.
I'm gonna
Look
use
at the size of that thing.
I'm gonna use another key point to disengage. Can I to get out of what he's holding? It says as a bonus action on my turn, I can spend a key point to take the disengage or dash action, and my jump distance is doubled.
But I think you're grappled. You
You're
have to
currently
escape.
grappled at this moment. You have a condition on you, so you have to make an athletics check or acrobatics check to beat his strength check.
Gotcha. So I will do an acrobatics. What
All right.
challenge rating is it?
You're gonna do the same thing. Make another strength check. Frank.
So Frank has to make a straight check to hold
Yeah.
on to it.
Yep.
We
Sweet.
got the same thing.
No way.
They both roll 11s.
How do you know that?
I'm watching.
I put him
people
in roll
roll.
20.
Okay. Okay. So you both push off each other at the same time, and you both fall prone.
Okay. So
I would say he kicked you in the face to try to get off, and as you did that, your fingers slipped, and you kind of tried to pull him close, but you guys pushed at the same time and pushed each other back, and you both fell prone.
so
It's
I'll
still-
stand up.
Okay, half your movement.
Or I guess more like I do that thing where you're on one knee, and
Yeah.
I'm doing the martial arts where you pummel their
Yes.
face.
Okay.
You don't have feather falling yet, right? You
I
just fell
do.
like 5 feet on
Okay.
your face.
That is gonna be your bonus action if you unarmored attack, right?
I'm going to do an action, which is an attack, and then I'm going to use a key point to do
But-
flurry of blows.
I think
An
it's an
action
action.
would be to escape the grapple.
Okay. So
You can
bonus,
use the bonus
action.
action. Yeah.
Use the key point for. Well, can I do key point for flurry of blows like that? Let's see. Immediately after you take the attack action.
No,
So
you
no.
cannot. You can use an unarmored strike though.
Right. So I'll do an unarmed strike.
All right, cool. Punch me in the face.
That hits.
That means-
19.
Yep.
So
Roll
then
damage.
that's roll 1d4. Then I add 3 to that. So 3 plus 4, so 7.
All right.
Okay.
Frunk takes it. It's your turn, Frunk.
Oh, the dwarf is fighting back in the arms of the Goliath. Oh my God, Jamie!
There is
I can't
cheering
be
going
smacked.
on at this moment.
All right.
cool.
I'd like to get up and try and like push him to the ground and sit on him and like start beating him. So I'd like to pin him.
That's gonna be another grapple check to see if
Okay.
you can.
13 plus 4 is 17.
And I do another acrobatics, trying to get out of it.
Yes.
Fucking 6.
You got 6.
You knock him down to the ground, and you have him grappled in the ground at this moment.
Okay. I can't do anything else, right?
No, that's your action.
Well, can I do a bonus hit to him? As a bonus? Can
Is unarmored attack the bonus action?
I don't know. I don't know how to use it.
I think it's a actual ability of the monk.
It's a regular
Okay.
attack.
Okay.
Well,
So
you
I'm
have
not
him
sitting
grappled
on
to the
him.
ground. Yes, you have him
Alright.
sitting on the ground. What'd you like to do, Melsk?
I'm gonna do an at the beginning of my turn. I'll do the acrobatics to try, or can I try to hit him while I'm pinned? Can I just attack him while I'm grappled? I'm doing unarmed strikes. It's not like I need a lot of range here.
But can you get your arm out of me?
Yeah.
That's the question.
Is he going for the triangle?
The figure 4.
Oh, it's looking like the guillotine.
I would say you can get one unarmored attack, but it's not going to be with your multiplier. Because you can't really get a full swing on him.
Gotcha.
Since he's
So
kind
if
of
I
sitting on
used a
top of
key point, would I still get 2? They just wouldn't have their multipliers.
Well, you haven't made the attack action. You have to. Well.
But that's my point. I'm asking if I do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. I understand. I was trying to think of something. I thought you were trying to escape and use that.
No, just attack 3 times.
No, I would say you can get one attack, maybe. That's about it.
Okay, so instead, I will start with the acrobatics, trying to get out.
Frank, you gotta make
Okay.
another
5.
strength check.
5. Frunk, make a strength check. Or athletics or acrobatics check.
We'll go athletics 18.
You are pinned to the ground at this moment.
I am pinned to the ground.
Yes. Anything
As
else?
As a bonus action, I'm going to put my hand on his chest and just say, "Watch this."
Alright. Go ahead.
I'm
Frog.
gonna punch him.
Go
Mhm.
ahead. You get advantage on this attack.
Is it because I'm pinned?
All right. So
Yeah.
I got a 14, and then what do I add to unarmored? My
Strength.
So 18.
No, you're just no. You don't add strength. Everybody is proficient with unarmed strikes, but you don't add your modifiers.
When he attacks, he does to make it a hit,
Yeah, just for my hit.
not to deal damage.
Oh yeah. Okay. Cool.
So 18 versus AC.
Oh yeah, that hits.
Okay.
So roll 1d4.
D4. 1.
Slug match. I'll take 1.
Um,
Ow.
And
Alright.
I can't use magic, right?
No.
Because I'd like to try and use my divine smite to see if I can sneak it in there.
Make a sleight of hand check.
Okay.
He's gonna
Natural
try it
20.
again.
Natural 20.
Okay.
I
You're
use
able
shield as a reaction.
Okay.
to make a sleight of hand check.
Oh, me?
Well, actually, you would not be able to get. Well, what does Divine Smite do exactly?
When you hit a creature with a melee attack, you can expend 1 spell slot to deal radiant damage to the target. Let's see here. It deals an extra 2d8 at first level.
Okay.
He rolled a nat 20 on a sleight of
Yeah.
hand. I mean,
Yeah. I'm gonna say you get it. I
Okay.
say you got it. Males, you were a little late on the hit
Alright.
on the shield reaction,
So that's an extra 10 damage.
so you take 11 damage in total. Males.
He's using magic. That's like literally against the.
he blinded the judge.
He rolled out to 20 and got let it slide.
Yeah, he
invisible
made the
magic.
point that the judge was drunk, so I can slide the stuff by.
I only got an 18, so I thought I was gonna get it, but
Okay.
now it's your turn.
So I
Mel.
take an extra 10 damage?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Alright. I
Oh, this
will.
is cool.
I'll make an attack.
The ref should call that. That's bullshit.
Yeah, I'm gonna make an attack.
Okay, you're still grappled.
Uh huh.
Okay,
Doesn't hit.
you get one
Um,
attack. I'm gonna say you get one attack.
Yep. I got an 8.
A what?
An 8.
That
Eight.
doesn't hit, right, Frank?
No, it won't go past my AC.
Gotcha. Does it make contact with you though?
It misses him completely. You go to punch and you can't really see where he is. And it just kind of misses his body.
Okay.
Well, you can see where he is. You just didn't aim right.
Yeah.
He's on top of it.
sitting on top.
Yeah,
of
I'm
it.
sitting on
He's
top
like
of a
8
dwarf.
foot- 8 foot versus sitting on top of a dwarf.
Gotcha. I will, as a bonus action, curl up to put myself in a position where I would be easier to get out of this hold next turn.
Okay, make a acrobatics check.
12.
12.
Okay, you kind of get a little further away, and you kind of are starting to loosen up the grip a little bit on Frunks. It's kind of like go back and forth, like he's got a tight grip, and you don't have a tight grip. It's going back and forth between you two at this moment. Frunk, your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna swing at him with my fisticuffs.
Okay, roll with advantage. He's got him grappled.
I hit. 18
Mhm.
plus my strength.
Yep.
All right. So then 1d4,
Uh huh.
4.
Okay.
4 damage.
Puts me at 17. What are you at right now?
15.
15.
Okay.
He's got the
Listen,
nose
alright,
though.
cool. I can have
You're up.
both of their character sheets up and see their damage in real
Beginning of
time.
my turn, I will start with the acrobatics getting out.
All right, make a strength check too, Frunk.
Do I have like advantage or anything on it?
I'll say you get a +2 to it.
18 plus 4, 12, 22.
So 22 as well.
All right, you both push each other. You push each other off, and Mel's kind of leans back and throws you off. At this point, Mel's, you're further away from him. You've kind of slid between his legs and slid underneath him and come up behind him. And Frunk is kind of like, "Whoa, where'd he go?"
Gotcha. I will. That was my action, right? Of breaking
Yes.
free.
Yep.
So I will take a key point and use Step of the Wind. So
Okay.
I will, as a bonus action, my jump distance is not only doubled, but I can take the disengage or dash action. I'm going to kind of combo that though. I'm going to jump straight into the air and on top of Frunk with my fist down. And my jump distance would what? Be like 10. So if it's doubled, I jump straight up as high as I can and then on top of him with my fist.
Okay. I'd say you'd be able to jump up in the air. This is a lot to do just for a bonus action. So you're able to jump up in the air at this moment.
So I get to stay in the air. That's pretty awesome.
I mean, you're in the air and you're coming down on top of him. I want Frunk to make a dexterity saving throw.
All right.
And I want you to roll for an attack.
I got a 7.
Maelsk.
Oh yeah, 9. Oh, and
Did
then
you
extra
come down?
D4 of plunging damage.
What'd you say?
Add the plunging. I'm falling into him. I've gathered some speed and momentum.
What'd you get?
I got a 9,
A 9.
and he got less than a 9.
Okay. Yes. So you are coming down, and he doesn't see you, and you just land completely on top of him. But you punch his top of his shoulder, where his giant shoulder pauldron is, and it does not get through. It just kind of stops right there. But you're now on top of Frunk. Frunk, it's your turn.
All right, now you have to grapple me off.
I want to look up to him and use an intimidation check and say, because I have my helmet on, I said, "But you stop and get down here."
Is that an intimidation check? That's more of a persuasion check.
No, it's Frunk. That's how he
Frank
intimidates
is
people.
serious.
Yeah, I say it in a serious tone. Get down here.
Okay. Okay, make an intimidation check. Maelsk, you're gonna make a
Intimidation. What?
Insight,
insight check.
Do I
which
get?
I'm always proficient and always have advantage.
All right,
so
I
what's
got a
the
20. And then
I got a 23 on one of mine.
what do I add? Let's see here.
It's
From
just saying
Perception is charisma.
For the
Inception.
helmet. For the
It's not-
helmet.
It's intimidation.
Yeah. I get +5, so that's a 25. And then what do I get for the helmet?
Nothing.
Okay. It's just the
Wait.
helmet that looks cool?
Yeah.
Okay. So I got a 25.
I got a 23.
You are scared at this moment, Maelsk. And
Wasn't
you
there like advantage or something that I gave you?
I thought it just gave him advantage
no,
on intimidation checks.
no, that's on wisdom
While wearing
saving
this helmet,
throws.
your eyes glow red.
Yeah, that's it. That's all that happens.
Okay.
So you make this intimidation check on him, and Maelsk, you've kind of become frightened of him.
I
So
would
have
like
to
to make a
spend-
check.
If I'm frightened, I have to move away from him.
I would like to make a check.
What did you want to do?
Since I bet on Frunk,
Yep.
I would like to make a persuasion check
On who?
on Frunk
Okay.
and like start yelling at Frunk, who's on the top of the leaderboard right now? Or who's ahead of the two of you? So, something along those lines.
Right.
Okay, cool.
Gonna
Make a
give
persuasion
him-
check.
Trying to make him go berserk
Go
about.
ahead. Make a persuasion check. I'm cool with that.
Monk inspiration.
Monka
19.
S.
19.
Ooh.
You have inspiration for one roll. You have advantage on one roll.
Okay.
Your next roll, you'll get advantage. Okay.
So you specified Frunk, right? Because if you just say who's on top of the
Yeah.
killing,
Yeah,
Who said Frunk? Okay.
Frunk.
All right, it's
Who's
your
on
turn,
top of
Maelsk.
the leaderboard?
Your turn, Maelsk. You are frightened right now.
so I have to spend all of my movement moving away from him.
Yeah.
Or I believe it says I have disadvantage on ability checks and saving throws with. I can't willingly move any closer to him, but as I'm already on top of him, that doesn't stop me from attacking him.
I'd say you move away from him. You have to move away from him. That frightened.
You're too close to the fear.
A frightened creature has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of its fear is within line of sight. The creature can't willingly move closer to the source of its fear.
Yes.
So he can still go for me.
Okay.
Because I'm on top of him already.
Yes, you are on top.
I must face my fears.
You just have disadvantage, so you can't.
Yes, you do have disadvantage.
On ability checks.
On ability
attack
checks and attack rolls while the source of its fear.
Yep.
But since he's prone still,
He's not
No,
prone.
I'm up.
I'm not on top of you?
You
You're
are.
on his back.
He's not prone.
Okay.
You're on top of him, like 10 feet in the air,
Okay.
because you jump up in the air.
Uh-huh. So I will attack with disadvantage, right?
Yep.
Okay. And I think I need to do flurry of blows. So I'm going to do that. So it's another key point, which this will be my last key point then.
Yes. All right, just
So
go
I'm
right
gonna-
through the key points, and then we'll
I'm
be
going
all
to
right.
make 3 attacks.
Well, let's see if you can hit your first attack, and then after that, you can use your key point.
Well,
Is
I can use the key point.
Yeah, I know that, but don't you have to hit your
Okay.
first one to be able to use flurry of blows?
It says after you take the attack action. It doesn't
Okay.
say
All right.
successful.
Then you're good then. Sorry, I got a lot of rules going through my face right
Let
now.
me hit disadvantage, and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3.
What? What?
Oh!
So first
So,
one misses.
The
Second
first
two-
one, the first one hits.
No,
Is it
disadvantage.
20?
You take the 8.
No, that's you're looking at that one. Gotcha. Now I was looking at the bottom two.
No, the first one, your first attack hits, misses, and then your second two hit.
The
Okay.
second one won't hit, or third one won't hit.
Yeah, no, he's got a high AC.
I got 17 AC.
Gotcha. There's two
Oh.
things that are going to happen
The
when
second one's
one
gonna hit.
does connect.
Yes. Sorry.
When the one that does connect, you're going to be knocked prone again because it was a key point, and I'm also going to use branding smite. It's part of the ring, so it'll just be part of the impact.
Okay. Make a sleight of hand check.
With disadvantage.
Why does it have disadvantage?
It's
Because
a,
it's an
Because you're
ability
still
check.
frightened.
it's a skill check.
I'm
right?
not. The stealth isn't against him. It's against the dude who's watching, right?
No, it's a
So
sleight of
the-
hand check. Sleight of hand check for Melch to see if you can activate the ring and let the aura come out before he sees it.
But he's
Before-
also
Because
frightened.
to cast a spell or anything like that, there's going to be some kind of arcane nature or some kind of flash that
Okay.
happens.
14.
So 14 on sleight of hand.
He doesn't notice.
All right, so that's an extra 2d6 of radiant damage on top. So I'm going to hit for a d4 plus 3 bludgeoning and then 2d6 radiant. So slash roll 1d4. It's a 3 plus 3, so 6. And
Yep.
then slash roll 2d6. Wow, another 3.
So 9 total.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
you stand it?
9 total to your frunk.
And you're prone.
You have to make
So-
a check to see if you can do that, right?
Right.
A strength check, right?
No,
A
It's not a
dex
strength
saving
check.
throw.
it's a dex saving throw.
Dex saving throw. So Frunk, do a dex saving throw to see if you can beat.
Show me that one.
Roll this DM dice.
Inspiration.
Go ahead. You can use advantage.
4.
Is that with advantage? Is that with
it.
advantage?
No, 7's with advantage, but
No!
So 7 total.
yeah.
You're prone, bruh!
You get so Maelsk hits your shoulder blade with one hand, hits his shoulder blade with the other hand, and then reaches over in front and uses his ring, hits you right in the face, blowing you back prone to the ground.
Question. Does the dwarf not need to make an acrobatics check for falling 12 feet from the...
I haven't got there yet.
Alright.
It's, monks get to negate some of that fall damage, bruh.
You haven't gotten there yet.
I
So
also didn't
as
fall
you
that
punch
far.
him, are you still standing, Frunk?
12 feet. The front is prone.
Yeah, I just
He's prone.
got knocked prone.
Okay, Make a dex saving throw.
Melsk or Frunk?
Maelsk.
A dex saving throw?
Yep.
Oh, what is that for?
For you falling off front because he falls to the ground.
So dex saving. There
Yep.
we go.
He knocked the house out from underneath him.
With disadvantage,
Yep.
so 16.
All right, you're easily enough. You land back on your 2 feet on the ground next to me. Frunk, it's your turn.
All right. Well, I guess I will use my movement to stand up.
All right.
Front pulls out a lance. I'm tired of this.
I reach behind me and say blanket.
What?
Blanket.
Oh, this is unarmed.
I saw the bag holding on. I say blanket.
Okay.
I get a blanket. I want to try and
Okay,
capture
as soon
him
as
in
you
the.
pull out the blanket. The Goliath comes in a ring and grabs the blanket out of your hand. Says, "Nothing else than their fist." And walks back out
It's
of the room.
not a weapon.
I say it's not a weapon. I just need to wipe my face off.
He already has it in his hand.
Ah.
I point at him. This should be fair, Frunk.
What are you gonna do, Frunk?
I say it is fair for the man that's specialized in fists.
Well,
All right, so I can't do anything more, right? That's my action.
That's a bonus action. That's something stupid.
You
Alright,
can
that's
still
just-
attack.
And I can't walk at him, right? Am I still within range to attack?
Yeah, you can walk forward.
Okay,
It's half your movement to get up.
okay.
He already used that, but he's good.
I would like to try and walk up to him and curb stomp his face.
He's not on the ground,
Yes, but he's only 3 feet tall.
so you're gonna kick him.
Yes.
It's still an attack. Make an attack.
Yeah, I'm just adding flavor.
I'm cool with that. I thought you were
Alright,
trying to like pin him to the ground. or
14
something.
plus 4 is 18.
it hits.
18.
Yep. All right, and then 1d4
Yep.
is 3 damage.
Ow.
And then I don't add strength to that, right?
Nope.
Okay.
Literally, it comes down to our d4s. I just happen to get an extra attack.
What are life totals, out of curiosity?
6
14.
and 14.
I think it's my turn now.
You can pull up their character sheets
Yeah,
and
it's your
watch
turn.
how
Hang on. On a hit, an unarmored strike deals bludgeoning damage, so it's 1 plus your strength modifier.
Oh, you tell him this now.
I'm just reading through it, but we're gonna stay with the 1d4.
Okay.
Yep.
But
What?
he's still gonna get his bonuses because he's a monk.
I don't know. Hold
Okay.
on. You should give him this one. You should give him this strike with budgeting damage. He is stomping on him.
Quit telling the DM what to do,
I'm just
Gary.
suggesting.
I don't want
Gary?
I'm
to.
using my perception.
Gary.
I don't want to change it. It's been always been. It says in the book melee attacks are 1 plus your strength modifier. So we're gonna just do. But we like the rule, so we're gonna do the 1d4.
Because that's
Okay.
an extra 4 damage each time I've hit him,
Yeah.
which would be him dead. But
No,
okay.
I would just be close.
You
only hit
both
me
be
the
at the
first
same.
I've hit you 3
We're
times.
gonna-
That'd be
we're
12
gonna-
extra
We're
damage.
gonna stay with the
I'm at
1d4
14.
this round. After that, after this from now on, melee attacks will be 1d4 plus or 1 plus your strength modifier.
Okay.
1
Different.
plus strength.
Yes.
1d4 plus strength.
No,
Wow.
Except
one.
for monks,
one.
where
Monks are
One
different.
plus.
Monks, don't worry about you.
Yeah. Don't worry. It's not about you guys. So.
Gotcha. So it would literally just be 5 for you, right?
Yep.
Okay. Well, I think sometimes you hit me for more.
So we're gonna stay with the 1d4. Are you punching him? You did.
Yeah.
3.
So I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I kicked
attack him.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna attack him twice
Now,
because I can't.
can you come near me?
Well, you're in range to hit me, so I'm in range to
Yeah.
hit you.
You guys are right next to each other now.
I kicked him, so it's leg apart.
It didn't deal any force damage.
You're still like neck and neck fighting each other.
Yes!
So 13 and then 20. So one hits, the other does not.
13
7,
and 11.
13, 11.
Okay, do I have disadvantage on all my attacks? Oh, how long does the frighten last?
I think it's a minute, right?
How many key points do you have?
I'm out of key points.
He's out. He's already used them all.
I would say make a. What's your save?
What do you mean?
Frank, what's your save?
Generic save is charisma.
Okay, so make a charisma saving throw.
Me?
Yeah, actually no, make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
So
17.
So you snap out of the fright. You're no longer frightened.
So now I'll attack twice.
Yes. No
me-
disadvantage, no nothing. Just
Okay,
a straight roll.
let me take off disadvantage.
Yeah.
Put it back to normal. Okay. 1, 2.
So the
I
second, I
got
believe,
a
hits.
10 and a 22. So
Okay,
the 22
22
will
will
hit.
hit.
Roll for damage.
Uh, 1 plus 3, so 4.
4 damage. Frunk.
Oscar. Fucking Karl Marx has something.
Alright, Frunk, your
So
turn.
hold on, 4 damage puts me to 2.
What are you at?
2.
You're at 2?
Health potion. Health potion.
Alright.
Would that be cheating?
It's your turn, Frunk.
Hold on, let's see. Yeah.
I do have 2 healing rings on. I don't know if that would actually seem magical. If I can be sneaky about it, I can just heal up.
Yeah, I'd like to like check myself for wounds, and as I'm doing so, I'd like to secretly use Lay of Hands. And
Okay, make a sleight of hand check. Every magic is gonna
9.
As
Oh,
soon as you pull your hands up, he says, "Not again, sir." Counterspell.
Is it a spell though?
yeah.
Lay of Hands
it
is a
is
racial
now.
ability.
If
It's
the
magic.
conjure doesn't, if the conjuring of what's it called? Hang on. Counter spell. You attempt to interrupt a cast a spell. Third level. Is it third level spell?
It's Lay of Hands. It's
Lower?
based on my. It's from my paladin class. It's not
Yeah, I know.
okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna say no because
Okay.
that's a low level spell. He catches it and knocks it out.
Okay.
Look at me, Frunk.
What would you like to
Take
do,
off the
Frunk?
helmet, Frunk.
Anything else, Frunk?
Well, that's my turn.
Okay.
It's over now,
Hold on.
Frunk.
I have movement, right?
Yeah, you have movement.
Let's see here. I would like to how tall are the walls
I don't know.
for this
Aren't we
octagon?
surrounded by
5 feet.
people?
Yeah, they're surrounded by people. The whole entire octagon is covered by people.
Okay, I thought it was like a cage match.
No, it's like a small fence.
Okay.
Like a big fen. And there's people just circle the whole entire thing.
Okay. I would like to climb up onto one of the posts.
Okay. No problem.
Okay. That's my turn.
You're up on the post. You just take one step and you're on top of the post. It's not that big of a deal for you.
Yep.
Alright, Milch, your turn.
Since I'm no longer frightened by him,
Yep.
I walk right up to him.
Okay.
I'm gonna punch him twice.
Okay.
And I'm gonna punch him. 1, 2. I hit him twice.
Explain how
rolled-
you knocked him
4 fucking crits.
out. Explain how you knocked him out.
So right before I hit him, I walk up to him and I say, "Frunk, I told you." The first punch I do is his kneecap, which has him buckle, and then I throw the other one up as his body is falling forwards, and I uppercut like I had taken out like the first 3 bad guys, and he's just out.
Okay, make a dexterity saving throw.
Who?
Milch. Milch.
Okay. Dex save.
Yep.
14.
Frunk's body lands on top of you, and you get 3 damage of bludgeoning damage to you.
Okay, I'm at 11.
Bludgeoning adds strength modifier.
So Frunk's body
It's
just lands
dead
on top of you as he knocks out. The little gnome in the corner walks up to you, Frunk, and places his hands on you, and you regain 29 HP.
Okay.
Good lord!
He casts
Ye-
Cure Wounds at level 4.
Me sitting at the bar, do I see the cash box?
Make a perception check.
21.
I feel like you found it.
You see some brewery stuff. You see cashier, like a not a cashier, but like an actual register, and it's got like the lock key and the front drawer. But the bartender is still there. He's still serving drinks out to people.
Do I feel like I could grab my cash and leave?
The cash is
What were the odds?
it's like the coins are kind of not there anymore. They're over by the ring. It would be like with all. It would be with the better guy who takes all the basically like the
Okay, so there's no like cash box right up against the.
no.
So the odds on
What were the
So
odds?
here's what happens. Maelsk, the person walks up to you and hands you 50 gold pieces and says, "Good job for completing." He walks over to Frunk and he hands you 25 gold pieces for competing. Says, "Thank you for competing. You guys have brought a great show here." The guy walks over to you, Tuk Tuk, and he gives you 26 gold pieces. And he says, "Did you bet on Maelsk or Frunk?"
He put a bit on each.
Okay.
Me?
You get 26 gold pieces, Tuk Tuk, and then he walks over to you, not Tuk Tuk, Gary, and gives you 26 gold pieces as well.
only 26, I
But
put
I
more
thought you
money
bet on
than him.
Frunk.
I put 8 on each, so I should get a little bit more.
You're gonna get 26.
Does the dude heal me?
No, do you
So-
want to be healed?
Hey, can you heal me? I'm kind of just got my
Bleeding.
shit rocked a little bit.
Of course, of course. He comes over to you and puts his hand on you and drinks with the other hand.
4.
You get back 21 HP.
Woo! I'm back at 22. That's better. Wait, you said 21?
21.
Oh, I'm fully healed. That's awesome.
Are you fully healed, Frunk?
Yeah. Oh no, I'm
Alright,
at
cool.
29.
What's your cap?
31.
Oh, so you're almost there. Okay. All right. So that happens, and the bar kind of disperses back to their seats as everybody goes back to your seats. And
I pick up
enjoys
my
the rest
skull
of
and my
the night.
blanket.
You pick up your skull and you retrieve your blanket, and they enjoyed the fight. And Oscar Finn comes up to you, Gary, and says, "Oh, what a fight! Your party members, your friends are great fighters. Would you be able to help me with this murder mystery?"
It depends.
Take it to
on
the rink!
payment.
Oscar, I challenge you!
If
It
you can
depends
beat
on
me in a
whether or not
match.
The price is right, Oscar.
Okay. Well, we can discuss more tomorrow morning. I know I have a business meeting tomorrow morning with them at the Lust. If you want to join me,
Swear to
Revolution.
God, Oscar, if you spend what you're gonna supposed to pay me,
maybe. Tomorrow morning, meet me down here and to talk payment and reward for completing this.
alrighty.
I
Alright.
run over to them and go, guys. I have to talk to you.
Oh.
Next time on Secret Sword.
Dragon Ball Z.
Go ahead, Tuk Tuk.
What's going on?
We have to head north.
Okay. Is it that time of year?
Almost.
It's not
What?
Hellfire season.
Like, I want to get into detail, but like we have to go to Salem right now.
Salem. Is that place with? Do I know anything about Salem?
Make a history check.
That's not gonna be good. 2.
You know it's a town.
All right, Salem. That sounds right. Sounds like a town.
There's the map for you, Tuk Tuk, so you can see.
Okay. Yeah, we have to go northwest, west
Salem.
northwest to Salem.
All right. I feel like, yeah, I know that place. We'll go.
Frank, Gary.
I made a
Talk-
history check.
I walk up to Melsh and I extend my hand. And I say, "That was a good fight, my friend. That's the reason you're on top of the list at the moment." And as he goes to shake my hand, I pull it back and I go, "Not for long, though."
With my hand that was going to reach his, I put it on his chest. Know your place, Frank.
Never.
Do you want to know if you know about? Do you know about Salem, Gary?
Gary
Yeah.
got 15.
What'd you get?
15.
All right, you know it's to the northwest. You know it's a city that has hauntings and issues. It's kind of a supernatural area. Lots of witchcraft and different things happen there. Unexpected ghosts or missing people have came from there.
Okay.
So you hear Tuk Tuk talk about all this to you guys.
So he
Well-
fills us in on everything that was on the letter, or we do not? Do you tell us about the letter?
Don't know
What do
yet.
No,
we know?
I
What-
just say we have to go to Salem.
Okay.
You know, as soon as possible.
Well, do we have to go to this underwater place too?
No one wants to go underwater. It's okay. We'll just skip it.
Well, look, I got this cool cake. I'm a manta.
Maybe there'll be some water in Salem we could swim in.
I just start spinning around.
At this time, a person with a blue long sleeve shirt and buttons up the middle walks up to you and goes, "Are you the fourth Reichsman?"
No, I'm the first one. He's the second.
Kyle! Hi!
I'm the fourth Reichsman.
Caw.
Come with me, come with me, come with me. He grabs Maelsk and he grabs Gary and he starts pulling you to the stairs.
Strength check.
Go ahead.
No, him.
90.
19.
All right, let's see what your boy, who just took down a Goliath, gets. Strength. Let's get that 5th 20 of the night. Come on. All right, it's an 11.
17.
Okay. Go
He
ahead, make
pulls
a
me
strength
along.
check too. Gary.
17 plus 1. 18.
Okay. So he pulls both of you guys along and pulls you down these stairs into this darker basement. And
Fuck.
it's got like kegs and barrels. Yes, Frank.
I look at Tuk Tuk and I kind of. Do we follow him?
Slowly.
Okay, we slowly follow him.
Okay. He leads you to this darker basement, and as you get down here, the volume and noise just kind of cancels itself out, and you come to these kind of stoned staircases that are kind of winding down, and you end up in the basement cellar with these large barrels and like
Those-
they're cases of kegs, and you also notice it's very finely lit, not very bright, and sitting there at the basement, you notice there is basically a horde. Maybe not horde.
Fuck.
A flock.
There's like 4 or 5 giant rats in the middle of the room.
Where's
the
Rat King?
And there's 4 giant rats in the front, and behind him is this large rat that looks gnarled and kind of eaten. It looks like the rat's been eaten. There's pieces of him missing. You can smell rotting flesh as you walk in this room, and the person who's pulling your hands turns around and goes, "Here you go, my lord," and he runs away up the stairs, and he takes the door behind him and throws it closed, and you hear a whoosh. Go ahead.
Do I get an opportunity attack?
Yep.
Yep, go ahead.
18 plus 4, 22.
Okay.
I hit him?
Yep.
Okay.
Trip him. Trip him.
1d12.
Sweep his legs. Break his necks on the stairs like it's $1 Million Baby.
11. And what is my lance? 11 plus 4. So,
It's the worst
15 damage.
You spear him through the side, and he screams out in pain, and he turns around, and you see his whole entire face has like shape-shifted into this human rat feature combined together, and he just continues to run, scurries up it. He grows a tail, and you can smell this terrible thing growing out of it, and he slams the door shut, and you hear whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. And we're gonna end it there.
I don't have any key points for this bullshit.
I'm glad I didn't curse the bartender like I wanted to.
All right, boys.